You'll like it.
Okay. Jazz hands, folks. Come on, jazz hands. We are live. We are live, party people. Can't stop, won't stop. Whatever else Puffy said in the thing. I'm getting old. I can't remember all the stuff that, you know, bad boy for life. What else did Puffy say? I can't remember. Yeah. What was that thing he said? Bad boys, come out and play. We're here. We are the bad boys, I guess.
What you
on the YouTubes right now. For every, you know, shout out to everyone who's joining us on the Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. You know, glad to see you guys here. Please like, share, make sure you subscribe to this channel.
Click the bell.
Yeah, there is the notification bell. You guys need to click that. But please make sure you're subscribed. We need to get 1,000 subscribers to get some stuff turned on here on the channel.
Only got 428, man. Can everybody see me? Can anybody on the blog see me?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Can you people see Walter Keller?
On the chat.
That's what we need to know.
You people.
Oh, well, I guess they don't.
Yeah. Can let us know if you can see Walter.
Earth the chat. Earth the chat.
Okay, so Screaming Skull said it's the Warriors. Yes, it's the Warriors. Okay, people can see Walter. Okay, guys, let's also make sure that we have this well policed, I guess.
Oh, let me pull that up. Yeah, so I can do that.
Yeah.
I was going to say well ventilated, but
yeah, because we might. I believe we really got troll attacked, and the troll attack might carry on again. So when you see that, if you see any troll attacks about to go down, the Strangerholics, gotta tag them up. Oh, Walter wants to show something.
Lock and load for the trolls.
Will get you auto banned instantly.
Certain what?
That certain curse words will get you auto banned instantly.
I think it was more than just curse words.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had all that stuff going on here. But anyway, we are here. We are on Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. We're going to talk a little bit about Lifestyles and Locked and Loaded. We'll talk about what happened yesterday for everyone that missed it. I am trying to stitch those two episodes together. The latter half is here on, what's the matter, Lola?
Echo. That's fine. Keep
going. Oh, that's because you kept messing with my microphone, woman.
Closer to you. Yeah.
You had to go mess with my microphone, and now
it's too far away. It sounds like
Is that better? Is that better?
Yeah, you're fine. We can hear you.
Am I sounding sexy right now?
Yeah, a little bit
Lola
better.
has to come here and mess with every single thing.
Only when I talk
that I do.
You just sound like in a big space. That's all.
I am in a big space. Plus, I was shouting. Okay, so anyway, we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff. There's obviously still going to be some housekeeping going on here. Please, let's make sure that we click the thumbs ups. We really, really need it tonight because we've got to get people to find out that we're here and, you know, get people to join us. So click the thumbs up, share it with people. You know, let's get that stuff going out there. Let's invite everyone in. Let people know that we're over on Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. That's where you can find us. And we've got a couple of things that we'll talk about tonight. Obviously, there's things going on in the news. Trump is still in the news. Everyone is now catching up to what got us banned. So I think what I was saying before, we're going to talk. I'm trying to put the pre-ban video together. So before they
pre-ban,
before they give us a strike.
Post-ban.
And we actually did get a strike last night. We're going to fight that and all that kind of stuff. But we got a strike. So there's like 40 something minutes of that I cannot even download or get it. So I'm working on that right now. Once we get that, I'm going to stitch that with the latter half and we'll get episode, I think that was 122 because this should be episode 123 tonight. So we'll get that up. We'll talk about news. You know, we'll talk about stuff that Trump said. There's now Stormy Daniels. Is that her name? Stormy Daniels? Anyone see that name?
I have no idea who that is.
Who is it?
Stormy Daniels is an adult movie star.
What happened to her?
There's some kind of association with her and Trump now. So
payoff money or something?
Yeah, some payoff money. A 20-year-old kid won the $451 million.
Really? Jesus. Wow.
So awesome.
Oh, well.
His life is going to be wrecked forever.
He is a rapper now, officially.
He's never going to be normal. Like, how would you handle it?
Did you see the stuff on Fox News about Julian Assange?
Did he get citizenship of some place?
I guess he's a dirty pig kind of person. Personal hygiene.
Oh,
really? The Ecuadorian ambassador people want him the hell out of the London embassy because he stinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's really funny.
Can we send him to the French embassy?
It seems, quote, it seems he doesn't wash properly.
Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Oh, that's scary. You know, well, anyways.
Yeah. So we could talk. We're going to talk about that and a bunch of other stuff. I think Walter is now telling me when we just started that there's something that he sent here, Lola. So I don't know if you want to go to the. I don't know if you want to go out to the car. It's in the car.
Okay.
Lola says he sent you a. Is it for me? Is the package for me or Lola? Because if it's for Lola, I don't want to even.
It's
waste
something.
any time.
Well, I mean, it's something that you would probably appreciate more than a Lola, but you know.
I don't like how that sounds. I don't like.
Well, just open the box. You'll see. It's not like wired to blow up or anything.
Yeah. Okay, Lola, if you get a chance, get that for me. I don't know. Walter, I feel between Walter and Will Killer Keller, they are trying to lead me into a trap.
Look, no traps involved.
That's a good thing.
Let me just do something here real quick. Just.
Ooh, skull. Okay. And if it has to do with skulls, I'm about that. Okay, so we'll look into that thing. You know, like I said, let's make sure we get everyone ginned up out there. No, I mean, you know, not if you're home, you can drink all the gin you want to, but let's get everyone going, guys. Make sure you click the thumbs up as well. Babyface, Walter, make sure you guys do the thumbs up thing. I think we got 50 viewers right now, so we got to get that.
42 likes.
Yeah, we got to get it revved up. 42 likes. Let's get some more likes. If you hate us, but you watch us anyway. If you hate us and you came all the way over to Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded in order to watch us and hate us, proceed to, you know, do whatever you got to do. But, you know, we appreciate the folks that like us out there and give us the thumbs ups, as well as sharing everything that we have going on. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can turn on some more widgets and gadgets around here.
That should be pretty easy. I would hope.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, you know, I don't know how many of those 57,000 subscribers I can get to come over here, but I know that my email inbox for Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, every time I look at it,
it's crazy.
There's just a bunch of you know, so-and-so subscribe to you on YouTube. So really, thanks a lot to everyone. It's been what how many subscribers do we have right now?
450?
Yeah, so 450 people came out. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. That's a big deal. You know, so that is very, very cool. We're going to talk about guns too, because there's lots of, have you guys noticed, like, we're really ramping this is different from last year, SHOT Show.
Some emails.
How?
Because like everything is coming out. Like usually in past years, there's been little leaks, you know, maybe somewhere like a handful of things leak out before SHOT Show. We still have about a week or so to go, and I think it's been like 100 things have dropped already.
Leaking? What do you mean dropping out? Leaking? What do you mean?
Like new guns, new things coming.
Well, that's the hype. That's the build up, man.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, I noticed that they're getting. Is it just me that the companies are getting more aggressive? What do you think, Kevin?
Well, they have to.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening, because they need to get everybody a shot excited for those 60,000 people can go get 6 million excited, right? So
yeah, I mean,
yeah, I do agree, but it is. I'm with Hank though. They are not necessarily teasing. It's like, hey, this is what's here. Come by and talk about it. Let's get the word out.
I'm gonna do a little bit of that before I go. So,
okay, cool. Do you want to come up with anything right now while I go out to the? One of you guys want to take over while I go to the car and get this thing that we're all?
I'm gonna go.
Oh, Lola says she's going. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Okay.
Make the woman go out to the car at night, huh? Hank?
Oh, in the cold.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it is cool.
In the cold, and it's snowing outside.
What's the temps up that way right
It's going to be 37 tonight as a low.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. It was raining all day.
High is 57.
Yeah.
37, huh? I'm so sorry.
All of us.
It's shorts weather in St. Louis. Come on.
Hey,
it was 56 degrees yesterday at 12 o'clock noon. By 5 o'clock, it was 16.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
That's a drop. That's a change.
Yeah.
Wow.
And tomorrow it'll be will actually be in the negatives thanks to the wind chills all day.
Tomorrow the high in Safety Harbor is supposed to be 58.
No thanks.
Oh my God, that is like.
That is.
I think you have to pull out fur coats in Safety Harbor.
You know what, Hank? You're kind of a spoiled brat too. You know, I want to point that out because You lived in New York, for Christ's sake. The cold should be nothing.
I like the cold. I like it when it's cold because I get to take out all my leather jackets and all those things that I bought a long time ago that I don't want to give up.
It's so funny to see the people down here. It gets a little chilly, and the women are wearing fur and the whole 9 yards. You know.
If you bought a fur coat,
Well, I get it. I get it.
it has to come out of the closet and be used.
I get it. I do get it.
So, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, the thing is, it was raining all day today. And one thing I'll tell you about people in Florida, they do not know how to drive.
Oh,
It's really true.
They act like it's snowing or something.
Yeah, so it rains a little bit, and everyone is like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." So, and I was out there doing some driving. I took the Audi dealership made the mistake of telling me they actually have a car wash over there. And they were like, "Oh, you can bring your car here whenever you want to and get it washed."
That was a mistake.
I take it there all the time. If I like even drive anywhere in the circumference of 2 miles of that place, I'm like, oh, I think I'm getting it.
He's bringing it when it's raining,
needs
right?
washing and he's vacuuming. Yes, it was raining. Yes, and I took it in there.
That's bad.
Is that? Do you guys think that's being abusive? Is that a faux pas?
No, you paid 80-something thousand for that car? Hell no.
Let me know how terrible that is. Let me know. It's not 80-something thousand.
Whatever the price tag is. If I paid that much for a car, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna use the benefits.
Yeah. So let's go through here and shout out. Kentucky Firearms Network is in here. He says, "Can't hold us down." Okay, there you go. Hashtag remove the strike. Yeah, I don't know. We got to come up with some kind of Hank Strange thing, you know. I don't know what to say.
Strange strikes.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Unstrike the strange. How about that? Unstrike the strange.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. I don't know. You guys let me know if you okay. Firearms Network is on fire. He says, hashtag they moved Hank's freedom. That's just cold. That's pretty much what happened. You know, that was the whole reason why I named this the Who Moved My Freedom podcast, because, you know, I'm sick and tired of all this kind of crap that we can't get out here and say what we want to.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, and we will get into that a little bit because Babyface really wasn't here. He jumped in and out real quick when he saw that we went down. We got Kevin. Kevin might have an opinion, maybe
about what happened.
Yeah, about what happened. So we'll touch up on that in a second. Yeah, so we'll touch up on that. Let me go down here and shout out everyone first before I get to the thing. So Michael Bender is in here. The Archangel.
Strike the strike.
Chris Illog. There we go. And it's Friday, people. It's Friday, so it's going to be a party. Yeah. Mr. Runyon says, "Who moved my cookie dough podcast?" MW Tactical says, "What's going on?" So Mr. Runyon says, "Sizing and adding gas checks to 223 bullets." So there you go. Michael Bender wants to know.
Is there a question associated to that?
No, I think he isn't. I think he's reloading or something, right?
Yeah. If he's sizing and gas checking.
Yeah. So he's watching us and reloading. I wonder what like the folks do when they're watching us, like out there in the Americas, with all these people watching us when we're, I don't know, all these tens of people that are watching us right now. Like, what are they doing out there? Are some people working? Are some people at work?
Eating dinner?
You know, I know that there's a couple of police officers that actually watch us.
Really? Oh, God.
Yeah. Sometimes in the patrol car.
Nice. That's awesome.
I wonder if that day, like, a suspect gets, like, an extra beat down. Did you open this?
Yeah. I want you to fumble in front of the camera.
Okay. All right.
Well, wait. I'll open it if you're not ready to open it.
Oh, do you want? Oh, okay. Here's Lola. Lola Strange, people. She's kind of short.
Totally short.
You should have brought a stool over here.
There.
Yeah, stand on your tippy toes, Lola. Come on now. There's a stool right there. Go get the stool. Okay, forget it. So what is this thing? What is it?
Let's see.
So, is it? It better not be
One package. Here's one.
Okay.
It's an awful big box for this little thing, Walt.
Is this a, another teacup?
Well, Lola, you ought to be.
For me, a teacup for
Oh, it's
me,
a-
maybe? No.
Oh, it's a skull. It's a skull. There you
I
go.
don't get a teacup. I can't enjoy the
Is that all that's in this thing?
Babyface
Yeah, but I
cop.
heard that. I heard
It's
that.
one little skull? Seriously? Okay, well, thank you. I don't want to be, I don't want to be like ungrateful or something. That is pretty badass.
Oh, that's from Louisiana. Then
That came from the French market in the French Quarter.
I can tell.
Oh, cool. That's very
I can
nice
tell.
skull.
That is nice.
Oh wait, that is really cool.
That is
That's like,
nice.
yeah.
That was the people that made it
Awesome.
were there. They paint them and everything. Yeah.
Oh, so they made it while you were
Super
there?
No, well,
Okay.
no, they didn't do it while they were there, but they
Okay.
they do make them. So
That is very, very nice. Thank you. It looks like a
Oh,
motorcycle
wow.
helmet almost.
It's
Very
super
nice.
detailed too.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, very cool. Walter always gets me nice gifts.
Yeah.
I guess we can, is this meant to be, no, what is that right there? No, that's not a hole.
Like you
That's
can
part
hang
of the, oh, that's actually a dove in the skull. See that? So
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
there
a
you go.
piece. It's like a piece skull because it's
I
got a
see.
dove and it's got daisies in it.
I don't know what kind of skull it is, but I just saw that and I thought that you
cool.
liked that color because you mentioned it. I
Yeah.
didn't know if Kevin's gonna be all jealous because red.
It's red and black, yeah.
Look, Kevin, if you go here, it looks big. I gotta hold it here.
Yeah,
Well-
right in your face. No, smile. There you go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So there you go.
All right, Walter bought two. I'll get mine personally delivered to me a shot. It's okay.
Did you buy two?
I bought I got one for myself. I got a blue one, and then Will bought one for himself too.
And what about Babyface? Babyface, what is he?
Gosh,
like?
darn it, man!
Oh my God. Babyface got steaks.
Davidface got a damn milling machine.
Oh, that's right. That's
Hold
right.
on, wait a second.
And
Yeah.
steaks.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I take that back. Babyface doesn't need gifts for like 3 years. No gifts for him for a while.
No,
I do want to point something out though. I just noticed that Lola actually has dimples.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just noticed that, did you?
I noticed that.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Yeah.
Just noticed she had.
Don't be
So that-
don't be noticing stuff on Lola.
Hey, hey. All right, I can notice your wife. You shouldn't put her on the Instawebs. Notice.
Yeah.
Now, do you catch her? Here's a question. All right. Do you catch her when she? I don't know if they take a lot of pictures, but she takes enough. Do you catch her taking photos and like trying to accent the dimple?
Who, Lola? Lola is, no one's going to believe this when I say this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. I know you guys aren't going to believe me. Out of Lola and I, she's the most vain one. Me, I am very humble. I am very withdrawn.
My humility knows no bounds.
Lola likes to like pose down in the mirror, and like make all kinds of faces. She takes forever, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Lola's in there just posing down in the mirror. I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah,
I just noticed that Lola has dimples. They're not as deep as yours, but she does have dimples.
Oh, okay. Look.
yeah.
Well, here you go, Kevin. Check them out.
Oh, now everyone's gonna show.
And Walter has dimples too.
Yeah, Walter
I do
has dimples
too.
as well, but he didn't notice that, Walter.
Well, I hope he's not looking at my
For
dimple.
some reason, he didn't.
Well, I mean, I had to look at your face. You put it all in the camera and said, "Look."
Oh, Walter. Are we gonna have a dimple?
I just kind of want
let's-
to little cheeks. Give me your cheeks.
Are we gonna? Yeah, I used to have dimples, but then I got fat.
You sold them like plasma.
Yeah. So those went away real fast. Okay, so let's go down here. Let's keep going here. Okay, Michael Bender wants to know, Hank, do you like tropical fruit? I have a grove and fruit tree nursery in Davie. We'll ship you some great mangoes this summer if you and Lola like them the best from Bender's Grove. Oh, I friggin' yes, I like
Mangoes are the best.
Michael Bender. I am from the tropics.
This time he is.
I literally fell off a coconut tree.
Love them. Love them.
So mangoes, do I like them? Yes, I love them. Mangoes
Let's
are freaking
go.
awesome.
Some mangoes.
Yeah, mangoes. Who doesn't like mangoes here?
I don't like eat them like the flavor, but I don't like partake in.
No, I like it.
Yeah, love a mango.
Yeah, nice grape.
As Mike wants to open that invitation up, I like fruit too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We don't necessarily get a whole lot of fresh fruit in the middle of the country. It's nice to get some fresh fruit. Just saying.
Yeah, Michael, seriously. Mangoes for everyone. Mangoes for everyone.
Show Kevin some love, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in the
Don't
middle
forget Babyface. Babyface will eat anybody's food.
Anybody's food? Not anybody's food.
No.
That pulled pork from that one time, I won't eat that.
Yeah, that's what you say now. That's what you say now. That's what you say now. I guarantee you're gonna forget about that. So the next time we come across Babyface does not like to see food go to waste. That's one of your pet peeves, right?
No, that is like the opposite of me, really.
Oh, really? Oh, you waste a lot of food?
I hate leftovers. I will not eat leftovers. I absolutely hate them.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I for whatever reason, leftovers are like disgusting. Unless it's like pizza or like fried chicken, both those can like stay cold. But other leftovers, I'm just like grossed out by. I don't know why.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been a leftover person.
Yeah. I didn't see you leaving over any of that damn curry.
Dude.
I wonder if Marley even got some of that curry. Probably.
He hates curry. I'm so lucky that I could eat all of it without any help.
Oh, she doesn't like curry?
Oh my god, no, she really hates curry. It was great.
Oh, awesome. Joe Carter. Go ahead.
I made a huge thing of rice and ate the whole thing of curry.
Oh, nice. I hope Marley's getting better, by the way.
She's feeling better today. Much, much better.
Okay, cool. Joe Carpenter says, "What the hell is going on? Where am I?" So shout out to Joe Carpenter. And let's see who Armament and Axis, Chris B. He was on with us last night. You know, he got to live through a very historic episode.
he texted me up. I think it was this morning or something. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I was writing syllabus all night, and he says, "Yeah, and I was on." So my thing is, first of all, see what happens when I'm not there. And second of all, I believe it was his fault. His fault. That was the only factor that changed.
Are you saying that Chris B brought the doom?
I'm saying the trolls followed Chris. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And speaking of Chris B, Sugar Bear says, "Hey, Chris B, you're a celebrity now. How about I watched like an hour and did not know it was you until the end." So there you go. Cruise Man says, "What's up, guys?" Dan Davis says, yo. So the Archangel says it's been raining here today. Now we're getting temps in the 30s.
Nice.
So Merc Merlot Maniac says 11-13 thumbs ups. I think we got more thumbs ups right now. I see we got a lot more people in here.
66.
Yeah, awesome. Let's keep that going. Let's make sure we share it, man. We actually have to, it's going to probably take us some time to let people know that we're going to be over here until we work this whole thing out. I've got to look in. It's been so crazy. I haven't even looked into the whole strike thing. We need to get that all worked out here. Joe Carpenter says his wife made spaghetti with clam sauce. So he's gone off to eat that. Merc Malone Maniac wants to know who has some Gorn with them. We got some Gorns.
Well, the only Gorn I brought was this.
So what is this? Just tease it real quick. What is it?
This is an East German MPI 69, 22 caliber trainer, AK trainer. So it's actually 22 long rifle. The magazine has a 22 caliber magazine inside of the AK style mag.
That's pretty cool.
This is full auto.
Okay, that was my next question.
There is a fun switch. This is a post sample. And there is zero recoil. So awesome. I mean, you could give this to the most recoil scared person and it goes pop, doesn't even move.
Is the front end random question? Is there threads on the front end of that thing?
Unfortunately, not. No. I've been contemplating that.
Set that sight back by like another half an inch. And
I don't know. I just don't know if I want to take a chance on messing this thing up.
Yeah, that thing is beautiful.
Yeah, I would. I'd say. I mean, look. It would be awesome for it to be suppressed, but it's a nice. How often do you see a 22 AK and then on top of that full?
And there's not there's not many of these out there running around either. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't mess with it. I mean,
probably not.
If we get our hands on another one, then maybe. But I don't know.
I was thinking of some way I can make one that slips on and it's held on behind the front sight. So maybe I can come up with something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, how removable is the barrel on it? Sorry, Kevin.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's pinned in like an AK barrel, so it's nothing easy. Let's put it that way. So.
Oh, okay. What were you going to say, Kevin?
I'm just saying, I'm scared of recoil. So
he definitely wouldn't want a 50.
Sure, Kevin.
If he doesn't like recoil, he doesn't need a 50.
Yeah, I'm scared of it too.
Sure. Right.
Yeah.
Now everyone's scared of recoil. Okay.
Yeah.
I did bring a lot of. Now I know we don't have to talk about it now, but I brought things upon things upon things upon things to talk about. We got to start talking about some gear and guns and
things upon things upon things.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sugar Bear says, luckily I was subbed to BFP, Babyface P, or I would never found this channel. So thanks to Babyface P for letting the folks know out there about it. Hamburger Helper says, I'm back. Craziness keeps me wanting more.
Hamburger Helper.
Merc Malo Maniac says, this channel only had like 35 subs yesterday. So there we go. Let's see who else is in here. E-Rock is in here. Mr. Saving the Day says jazz hands. Make sure that you guys, if you're commenting, put like hashtag jazz hands, hashtag big girl panties, hashtag cow cocky, hashtag Hank Strange. What was the other thing? Unstrike the Strange. Hashtag unstrike the Strange. Lola, I just had a night. This is like, you guys are getting to witness the thunderbolt of lightning that is now. I forgot what the hell I was going to say. No, I'm just kidding. Lola, text Sam from Forge from Freedom and tell him unstrike the Strange. I think we can do it in like a little Star Wars, like Star Warsy.
Here comes more food.
You know, like the Empire Strikes Back. Unstrike the Strange. Tell him that, Lola. I hope you. It's brilliant.
Chinese time.
Okay. Don't let the brilliance be wasted, woman. Okay. David G says, damn straight, no stopping us. Andrew Rockwell says, good evening. Here we go. Let's see who else is in here. Ron and Ron. So there you go. Says, because Archangel put hashtag YouTube outlaws and Babyface P. Hashtag, so Mr. Saving the Day says yes. Ron says yes. Okay, they see Walter. Everyone sees Walter. So that was the Robert Wicks. Says Walter looks angelic. You know, that's what's going on with you? Oh, hello. Is this a collector's Hooters mug? Oh, now we can't hear you. Oh, yeah, you're muted. Still can't hear you.
This guy can build tanks and machine guns and cannot control a mic.
Hooters Calendar Girl Cup from last year.
Oh, from last year. Okay. Very nice.
We got one from this year too.
Nice. Hold on. Keep spinning. I'll tell you which one's my favorite one. Keep spinning. Oh, nice. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Stop right now. Oh, there you go.
Globulus Maximus there. So
yeah, there you go. That was cool. You know what? You do look kind of angelic, Walter. What's going on over there? Yeah, what's up?
How's that?
You've got like a little halo.
Here. What you need to do is take a napkin and wipe the thumbprint off of your camera. I can almost guarantee there's like a smudge on the camera because it does the same thing to me.
Oh, now
a little bit better, isn't it?
No, now we've got like a flare. Now we got a lens.
The flare's from the light. Oh wait.
Oh, we just saw some boobies. Those are Walters.
That's definitely better.
Yeah, lots better. There you go.
Thank you, Babyface, for the high tech advice there.
Hold on.
Speaking of boobies, I got some kind of notification. Look
at that. Way better.
Where are your enhancements?
They haven't shipped yet. They're coming from China. So they're going to be here in about 3 months. I've ordered off of AliExpress because that's like the cheapest.
Oh, that's where you're getting China. That's where you're getting your boob jobs from.
Chinese implants.
Oh boy,
that
is already blown up.
Hopefully, there's no lead paint mixed into them. So.
That has blown up in the shipping.
They're just made from prisoner parts. That's all.
That's right. They took them off of a dead prisoner.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's see. Vanessa Kitty is in here. She says she can see all 4 heads.
Nice.
Which one is the sexiest?
Vanessa Kitty. Oh, who's the sexiest? It's very easy.
That's an easy question. It's big.
Yeah, that's very easy question to answer. Who's the sexiest? This guy.
What guy?
Look at this guy right here. Look.
Did you show the booby pic and you weren't paying attention? Is that what happened?
Oh no! I don't even have my phone. I've been trying to show babyface booby thing, bro. But Lola has my phone for some reason.
Oh, I can bring that up. Yeah, let me.
Oh, you do have it? Somebody,
here's the payback.
Walter should have it also.
Finally, the payback is
I saw that. I was happy.
up.
Oh yeah, I forgot because Evan, who started these meme wars?
That dude.
Yeah, exactly. Don't start none, won't be none. Let me go through quick here. Let's see. Jason Abramson, David G. Let's see who else is in here. Richard Hughes, Ronald Worth. Let's see who else. Imposter is in here. Imposter says, "What the hell happened?" Basically, are you guys ready?
I figured it out. I got it figured out.
Okay.
The reason we got kicked off last night because I wasn't eating.
That could be true.
Oh, you could have jinxed
They were
us.
expecting food and somebody got offended and tagged you.
So I'm fixing it tonight.
You could have jinxed us. You could have jinxed us. Justin E is also in here. John Gillian. John Gillian says, "I like the locked and loaded name." Yeah, but basically what we do, we've been calling what we do here Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded for a long time. We're really like a lifestyle channel. We do gun stuff. I do car stuff. You know, I just do whatever the hell I'm into. We do watches sometimes, although we liked it, and I think people liked it, but it didn't get a lot of views when we put out but we need to do like a real watch video. So I'm giving you guys all notice to get your watch game up. Everyone except Walter. Walter's watch game is already tight.
I got 3 watches.
I don't have one right now.
And I think only one of them has battery at work.
I'm gonna have to go shopping at a pawn shop, see what they got.
Yeah.
Find a good deal on a good watch.
I went to an estate sale the other day in the neighborhood.
Find anything good?
Actually, we bought Will a KitchenAid mixer.
Well, that's actually, depending on the price, those things are really expensive. So that could have been a good deal.
Is it an old one or the older ones or the?
It was white colored, so it's not that old. So.
Oh, okay.
But $120, which is pretty cheap for a KitchenAid. So.
They're normally $250, I thought, aren't they?
They can be that much and more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 5XLT man says #unemployee mention. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means.
Wait, where is it? I didn't even see it.
From 5XLT man.
Because I can figure it out.
Richard Hughes says you need to record locally. So
as you stream, you can record it at the same time. So in case
yeah, I should have been doing that. We need to get our game going tighter here. I guess Kevin couldn't find the boobies. Now, who thinks the boobies? I don't think the boobies got us kicked off. There is no nudity in this.
I don't know.
I don't think there's. I don't think there's. There's not nudity in this.
Risking it again.
That's not bad.
Look at that. Look at that sexiness.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
That's a lot of.
That skin tone is just way off, man.
Yeah. I know the skin tone's off,
but too tan.
But that's you. There's no one in the world, Patrick, that can match your skin tone. Damn it.
Pale boobies. I'm gonna Google that real quick.
Have you noticed that when we do a video, Patrick, that me and you, if we stand next to each other, it messes the whole camera up?
Yeah, you need to go find like an Irish model or something, a redheaded Irish model that's like pale. Put me on.
I didn't have time to search goth, and get all goth with it or whatever. So that's what we did. If anyone enjoyed that, give us some thumbs ups, and we'll definitely, we'll show that some more. Although I'm sure Patrick is probably working on a secret project involving the rest of us.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So someone else speaking of the meme wars, someone else did send me a meme of me the other day, and I totally forgot to post it. Hold on, let me see if I could scroll up here and find it.
Real question for you, Hank: Is there still a snake pistol behind you? Did it go back to the safe?
No, it's in the safe.
It made it back to the safe.
I've got a skull pistol in the safe. So check this out. This is.
That's a good one.
Oh man.
I'm not even sure. I forgot who sent me this. If you're watching and you sent me this thing, let me know. And look, he took the time to do the background.
Yeah, to put you in the background. That was good.
Oh, that was work. Very subtle. I know I'm spacing on who sent it right now, but thank you. That was friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
So Richard Hughes says, "Wow, on the lottery." Let's see what else is all. So let's see. E-Rock says he has Gorn all over him right now.
That sounds dirty.
Cruz, man, I guess they're talking about the kid that won the lottery. Says he'll be broke by 30.
Yeah, seriously, I guarantee it.
Where was this kid? Was he in Florida?
Yeah.
Was that the one that was right near you, Walter? Like somewhere in?
Oh, I don't know. That was a Mega Millions guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that was a. I don't know. I haven't heard who that was. Florida, you don't have to disclose who you are. I don't believe.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna go through here real quick.
I would not. If I won the lottery, you guys wouldn't even know.
No way.
I wouldn't tell a single person.
I mean, well, you'd know something happened when you couldn't get me on the phone.
Yeah, I think when all of a sudden I start rolling around in like Bentleys and Rolls Royces.
When I switch over to a sat phone, then you know that's it.
Well, if either one of you bozos hit the lottery, especially up in there in them hundreds of millions, you got two options. Either you can hire me as your personal servant,
or Kevin could kidnap you,
or I can take you out. It is your choice. Okay? So I can take you out. You be wrapped up somewhere dark, and then I'll just ransom, the wives for the money. Look, man, it'll be easier just to work together.
Yeah. So you'll be able to tell that I won the lottery because I will all of a sudden get a lot of very 18, 19-year-old assistants that are very athletic, and that's just for my training. You got to stay healthy.
You have a personal trainer. You have like 4 personal trainers that are like 21-year-old women.
Yeah, absolutely.
They age out of being your personal trainer at like 24.
So folks want to know like what happened to us. Why do we get the strike and all that kind of stuff? Was it Russia's fault? Did haters report us?
By Russia.
Yeah.
Well,
what do you guys think?
I don't know. Can you get a strike if somebody just plain complains about your site?
You have to get a group.
Was it the title?
I don't know. It could have been, but and we're going to get into talking about that in a minute, but I copied what the media was using. And obviously, maybe, that could have been changed or whatever, and we could put some things in there, but this is about freedom. So, that's why I didn't do that. I thought of it. I don't know. It could be that. It could be a combination of things. It happened.
I think it had part to do with the chat too.
Yeah, I think the chat was a big part of it. Some people were getting really outrageous in the chat.
Yeah, I think it was somebody that had a grudge or vendetta or something, and he got either he had alt accounts that came, he had brought them in and flagged the video, or a group of people came and flagged the video.
Gotta be a really, really lifeless person to care.
There are those out there.
Yeah. Mark Wagner is saying maybe some people seeking revenge against us. Who knows? And then Richard Hughes is talking about, did we hear the media dropping the S-bomb? If this is what
shithole, can we say that shithole? They said it, right?
Absolutely. Why not? I don't. It doesn't bother me.
Look, man, you're not getting monetized now, ever.
I carry my revolver in single action. Says with the title. Enrique Q says, "What's up?" I don't really know what it is. I mean, I don't think they actually. I don't think they actually tell you what it was. Oh, okay. 5XLT man's talking about Senator Manchin, West Virginia turncoat. Okay, there you go.
Well, he's a Dem anyways, right?
Yeah. So, listen, I think we have the right. If someone says something, if the president says the word shithole, then the rest of, are we like children? Can the president say shit? Can the president say shithole and the rest of us cannot say shithole?
Yeah, it's one of these deals where the Dems say all this obnoxious, things about other people, and oh well, that's just freedom of speech. But as soon as the press says something a little bit on the edge, they're like, oh my God,
No. Now the issue. No, I'm not talking about the word. The word, I think we can absolutely say the word
behind it.
No, yeah, the whole impetus of why he said the word. That's a whole other conversation.
You can also, every time somebody says something like that, you can put a lot of things into people's mouths, so to speak. Maybe he didn't mean well. Anyways,
yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
The car carrier says CNN said it 1,000 times. That's CNN. Their control of their network. This is YouTube. It's not free. YouTube is a slave platform. And to that end, we are working on making something better. It's going to take time. We're working on it. We're working on doing something to get away from all the bullshit that's going on with YouTube. I've had it up to here for a long time, and not just recently, not just in the last couple of months. It's been years, man. You know, YouTube is a long time ago went away from caring really about content creators, and it's not just us as gun guys. As everyone, I think at this point realizes they're coming down on lots of people, and I think lots of people therefore are out there looking for alternatives to YouTube. And you know, I'll be happy the day when YouTube takes its last breath. You know. And to help with that end, we're working on things as a replacement. You know, we're trying to build a platform where people can go to and be creative and speak with an open mind and heart and all that kind of stuff. So
speaks and do lots of other things too.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's touch on it a little bit, then we can move on and do a bunch of other stuff in here. Babyface, what did you think about this stuff that happened yesterday in the news with the president?
Is it sad that I really don't care? I really just don't.
That's valid.
Like, I don't think it's as big of a deal as people make it out to be. One thing that I think is a little bit of a just from a like a this has never been a issue in the past is why have there been so many things leaking out from
exactly
behind closed doors?
Well, I think Trump is surrounded, man. Trump has no friends.
I was going to say, I guarantee past presidents have talked like this before. Guaranteed. It's just, nobody's ever leaked it to the public and nobody really knows that it happens. But somehow everything he says gets leaked out to the media.
Well, maybe that's purposeful too. Remember, if you're trying to find a leak, you throw stuff out there and see how it gets out.
Yeah, try to
I don't know. Yeah, this leak came from the Democrats that were in the room. And the truth of the matter is we don't know exactly what was said in the room and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's the other thing is you don't really know if...
I honestly think all these meetings, and this not just because of this thing, I think everything the president does short of going into his bedroom at night, we should freaking know about it.
You think so?
I think so. I think we should know. If he's having meetings, we should know. I mean, it should be archived somewhere. I understand there's like some security secret stuff or whatever.
That's my only concern is.
Yeah, but I think that we should have a way of accessing what's going on, and it's not because of this. It's because of like all the backroom deals and all the other BS that goes on.
I agree with you mostly, but to play devil's advocate. How do you keep national secrets secret? Because, every country out there would love to know everything that we know.
Yeah, but we're not keeping shit secret right now.
That's the problem.
So if we have some process where where we can track what's going on, and if we don't need to know at the time and it's top secret or whatever, fine. But if something like this comes out, then it should be definitive. Some people are saying that Trump said he didn't say it, and if you leave yourself open for people to be able to assassinate you and just make up stuff. Right, we know about that. That's what happened to us yesterday. People came in here and said things and had conversations that we don't have here. Even before I'm trying to put all of this together because I said to everyone here, right, Walter? I said, look, let's have like a civil conversation. There's things about it that I'm not happy about, and then there's things about it that I understand. Let's have a civil conversation about it. I think that in the context of what they're saying that he said, it's derogatory. He made a derogatory statement.
Oh, it was definitely
about people who are immigrants, and I'm an immigrant. I come from a third world country. My wife comes from a third world country.
We are a country of immigrants, my friend.
Yeah, so it's derogatory. And then if you add on top of that, he says, hey, we don't need people from Haiti or Africa here. How about Norway? Then obviously, if that's really what went down, then you're injecting something in it. We don't know. We could just speculate.
So I guess the way, okay, so to sum up the way I feel about it, I mostly agree. I think you can be more professional in the way that you say things, obviously, but I agree with the idea that if we're going to be looking to bring in immigrants, we should be working to bring in the best and the brightest. We shouldn't be,
Right.
we shouldn't be bringing in people that aren't going to help the U.S.
Yeah, but if you say that just because people are from these countries,
so I think it could have been said better, obviously. If you want to get political, make it politically correct, but I
think America does get. Look, America gets the worst from other countries, and it also gets the best. I'm just telling you something. That's hands down. You have to get the good with the bad. It's impossible.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do, man. If you have some really good people that were vetted and they came into America and then they have children, and their children are born here and their children are messed up, or when their children came in with them, they grow up in America and become messed up. This is what happens. America is a land of immigrants, like you just said, and there's good people and there's bad people out of that. And there's lots of people who came to America and they're good people. Now, the thing about it is, it's not to say that there aren't bad places in the world. And I agree with that. There's bad places. That's why people are leaving, for the most part, where they're from and coming to America. And we had that discussion. Like, if you leave where you're from and you come to America, make it better. Don't try to make it like where you came from, because you left there for a reason.
That. You moved to the U.S. and you want it to be just like where you were from. It's like, why did you leave?
Because they don't want to be part of the U.S. They want to be a part of whoever the hell they are, where they're at.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. If your family,
that's why you used to have tests. Well,
sure.
Anyways, go ahead.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying to you is, if your family came from Italy, let's say, and someone said, "Hey, Italy is a shithole," that might hurt your feelings. If your family came from Ireland, if you're not from someplace, maybe it won't bother you. But if someone attacked you directly, if someone said something about people that you care about,
this whole idea that every other group that came here has been the shit folks from that place to another group. So the Swedes don't like the Italians, the French don't like this one, the English think the Irish are savages. That's never changed. It's always going to stay the same.
Yeah, right. Okay, but still,
that's the way it goes.
Do you think
they've been treated like shit when they came here? The Irish dug all the channels in New Orleans. The black people that were there in New Orleans worked on the farms because their labor was better on the farms, and they made the Irish dig the channels and the ditches and all that crap. So what's better?
Yeah, what I'm saying,
they were all slaves,
I get it. I get it what you're saying. What I'm trying to tell you is that there's lots of people, there's lots of Haitians in America, for example, that are good people that have contributed to America in a very positive way. And it's not to say that there aren't things going on in Haiti. There's lots of Africans in America that have contributed in a very positive way. It's not to say there aren't things going on in Africa that are bad, but if you have someone in a position like this refer to the place that you came from as a shithole, if it meant something to you, which obviously it doesn't mean anything to you, it wouldn't bother you. But if, like, for example, I'll give you a good example. You like Trump. If I said Trump's mouth is a shithole, it's going to offend you.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, but it's still gonna offend you, right?
Oh my God, Hank said he's a shithole.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Why does the person from Africa come here? Because they want to be here, or do they just want to be here to take advantage of things and then go back to their shithole? I don't know. It's hard to say. So let's pick out people that want to be here to be part of America, not to be part of Nigeria in America.
Listen, I get all of that. I get all of that, but. I get what you're saying.
There's no venting process a lot of times now. We just, we're going to let everybody in like Obama did. Oh, we're going to have a raffle. We'll let all the miscellaneous and sundry characters into the country. Well, you're going to get a bunch of shit is what you're going to get when you do that. Because first thing, look at the rise of all these funny diseases we're dealing with now in the country. All these funny things that have been brought in from all these other, back in the old days, you didn't come in the country if you were some diseased fella. You stayed out. That way we became healthy here. When I was growing up, where were all the bed bugs when I was growing up?
I seem to remember that some people came to America and brought lots of diseases to the Native American Indians.
Well, that's not,
I think that happened.
Yeah,
I think people from other places. I think when America was developed by Europeans, some diseases came over.
Oh,
I think diseases always came over. Everyone brings something. Like, you can't say when you came to America, when your family came. Okay, let me ask you a question. When your family came to America,
I got a good answer for you. I know what you're going to say.
When your family came to America, everyone in your family was a good person. No one ever stole anything, did anything destructive.
I can't. I don't know what's up here because they can lie, but everybody had to pass a health exam. Everybody had to be this, everybody that. On the physical part, you can see. Okay. You're taking this big picture that everybody you can tell people's good inside. You can't tell that. A lot of these serial murderers are the nicest guys in the world until they decide they want to kill you.
Yeah.
So how do you figure that out?
Yeah, and I don't think I'm not arguing that people should. I'm not arguing that there should be screening. Of course, there should be screening.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No one's. I don't think I'm arguing.
And you should be able to. You should have some way to possibly support yourself.
Yeah.
So I think this all comes down to the word shithole offended some people because they're from parts of the country, parts of the world that are less desirable. And so I agree that it could have been.
It's a generalized statement to make about a place, and it's not. It's I don't want to get into whether or not lots of people try to bring up the question of whether or not Trump is presidential. But it's not to me. I'm telling you, there's better ways to talk about people.
He could use better terms.
Countries.
Yeah. What is this?
We shouldn't defend everything that anyone does. I don't believe in being dogmatic to anyone. So I could tell you guys, Walter, I was with you there when Trump got inaugurated. I voted and all that kind of stuff. I think we have to tell people if I do something wrong or you do something wrong, we have to be able to say, you know what? That might not offend you, that might not bother you, but it bothers some people. And there has to be a line. We can't just say, well, yeah, you're free to do whatever you want to do. So therefore you can say whatever you want about people and we'll explain it. There's some line that we have to recognize that exists. Otherwise, we're not being civil with each other. That's all I'm saying about it.
He could have used a different way of saying things, but
yeah. Okay, let's let Kevin say what he has to say because I noticed he's being conspicuously quiet in the background.
Dig our own hole. Yes.
This is real simple for me. He shouldn't have said that. Period. And I think that it comes down to yes. Do I agree with the statement that sure there are conversations that take place in the White House, in our houses, that we don't want to get outside of those doors, right? However, you did take the highest office in the land. There is a certain level of responsibility that comes with that. And we are a country that's made up of all people from all over the world. And when you refer to somebody's homeland, you got to remember African countries, Italian countries, European, Haitian, everybody's prideful of where they come from. So if you imagine this, if you came from Haiti or Morocco or Nigeria or wherever, and you came here, you love the idea. Let's say you came with the right intent to work hard to build a better life, that whole thing. You came here with the intent to love what America has to offer. You also came to the open arms of America and what she promises. And it will sting like heck when the leader of that land calls your homeland a bad name because you still have pride of where you come from. It might not have been jobs there. Maybe it's just more money over here, or maybe, there's better education systems. I don't know, whatever the case may be, but that doesn't mean that you don't love home. That doesn't mean you don't carry the pride of who you are and your people with you. Yes, you believe in the American dream. You believe in everything it has to offer. And it's one thing if the guy at the local grocery store says something bad, you can deal with that. But when a leader of the free land insults your culture and your homeland, even though you love this one, that hurts. And that should not be okay. We can't say because you support Trump or yes, okay, he's my president, he can do no wrong. No, that was wrong, period. Because people bring pride with them. That's just, if you take even Irishmen, single Irishmen are, but I'm telling you what, the ones I've met are very prideful about their homeland. Like very prideful, and they will get very insulted if you say something about it, even though they are American to the core. So I think that when we get to the word of being civil, I think that we have to understand there's a certain level of saying we just can't dismiss everybody's feeling. It's the same thing I say about the 2A community. You can't ask for inclusiveness and then exclude people feel. You can't have it your way. So we do want bright, intelligent people in this country. Yes, people from all over the world, or some of them are not good folks. They're going to slip through the cracks. Totally get it. However, people bring a pride of their land with them, even if they love this country and what she has to offer. People have lineage. They've been over here generations. They still have family back home, people they love, people they care about, their culture. You just can't do that, because not only are you insulting the people in those lands, remember, you're also insulting the Americans here that have that right to that country. You can't do that, man. That's not okay. Now, I'm not going to make it take over my weekend and be like, oh, because at a certain degree, look who said it. Like, how much longer are we going to be stunned by what comes out of his mouth? You know what I mean? Like,
also, I think like Lola just put a comment up here. She said that people want to know why we're condemning Trump without proof.
Right. That's another thing.
And I didn't get to that. Hold on. I'm sorry. I mean to cut you off. Let me say that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was another thing too. That is what if he truly said it. Because I know they said today that he's saying he didn't say that. He said, what was it that he did say? He used harsh words, but not those words, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah.
He did not say it.
And I think
cool. If he didn't, cool. We're just going off the pretense. What if he did?
Right. I think
Go ahead, Walter.
You know, when he came out and said his building was being spied on, and everybody said he was full of, you know what? And come to find out, guess what?
It's been spied on.
Guess what? What happened?
He was spied on.
They use false documents to get a FISA warrant, which they can spy on everybody with that FISA warrant. They just say you're doing something. You talk bad about YouTube, so let's get a FISA warrant on you. And next thing you know, so hey.
Yeah. You know, and it could be. I'm not saying that the dude. Now, I will say this too. Now, yeah, because Trump probably, and I know all politics is just weird, but I would probably, step out on a limb and say he is probably the most hated president by his own party ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't have that shield of protection that you probably normally get, by your own side, at least being 90% with you, because he's probably equally disliked on both sides of the fence. So he's got an uphill battle there for sure. But I don't know, man.
It's a tough position, and you know what? Honestly, we can't blame the position that we're in today solely on Trump. He ran, he spent money, he ran to become president. People supported him, people voted for him. On the Republican side, the Republicans, I think their house is burned down to the ground. On the Democratic side, their house was not burned down. I mean, they had a palace, but they put up Hillary. And who do we like? Do we deflect that on other people, or is it on us? Like, is it our fault that these are our choices and this is who we're looking at in America and who's getting ahead? Were there other people that would have been better, would have been statesmen, would have been able to deal with these things? We don't know. This is the situation.
I heard this term presidential, acting presidential. Okay, so what did that get us? Obama acted a presidential by bowing to all these foreign leaders, and getting down on his hands and knees and basically blowing them.
Yeah,
and then,
I definitely don't want to defend Obama, right? There's lots of presidents that have been presidential.
I'm not just giving it to Obama. Bush would never come out and defend himself when all these people attacked him. He just sat back and, I can't do anything. That's not presidential.
You sure you want in on this conversation?
So what is presidential? So now, always, we're supposed to just be this. They're supposed to be this cowering little person that takes all this shit from all these people. That's bullshit.
I think we're in a new. We're in new territory.
Would you take all that crap with there talking about your kid and your wife and she's this absolutely. And he's that?
I would listen. No. Okay, can I tell you? I'm definitely not president, and there's a lot of pressure with that. But I'm in a position where lots of people have attacked me and said lots of stuff about me or whatever.
Right.
And I do every now and then come out, but I don't come out there every day and put people on blast and go after people and get into all that kind of stuff. There's still a line, and you can't destroy your friends, at the same time you go after your enemies. So we have to walk that line and know that the line is there.
Well, if your friends are your enemies, you need to pick new friends. I mean, that's why I look at that kind of stuff. If your friends are talking about you like that, then, or they're friends of your friends, then they're not your friends. So, and you know, I don't come back and when somebody says something about me someplace, I don't always jump and get involved because a lot of times it's not worth my effort. You know, yeah,
but
getting in a pissing match just because is not worth the, you know, if they, you know, they're a bunch of idiots anyways, 9 times out of 10. But
yeah. And I think some people brought up like, why are we even like fight? Not us personally. We're having a discussion about what's happening in the world. Like, why are we even having the immigration discussion?
Because it's, well, first thing, it's a ginormous distraction, to be quite honest with you.
Yes.
It's one of those. It's okay. You can pick immigration, take abortion.
Yeah, but also, I mean,
which one do you want?
You said something has to be done about it. Okay, listen, let's stop for a second here. We got Sam. I don't know if Kevin got a chance to finish saying what he had to say, but we've got Sam from Fortune Freedom came in. Sam, what's up?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Oh,
good.
Hey, nice camera you got there.
Yeah, look at this, man.
Looking good.
Sam is all of a sudden like he's up on it.
Now Hank can count every hair in your beard and get even more jealous. You know, so.
He's all up on this now. I think that Sam is now officially like a broadcaster or something.
Yeah, I actually went out and went a little bit crazy and bought some kind of like studio quality equipment. But I did it mostly because I want to get back into guitar recording, tracks and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
And I'm doing this project with well-known guy in the gun community, but we're doing like a music project on the side.
Oh, sweet.
So cool. Yeah. You
can't say yet who it is, right?
No, I can't. I think this one's going to take people by surprise.
Okay.
So anyway, I bought some studio kind of quality stuff, and I'm just testing out the lighting. I think it's the lighting basically that is making the difference. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how are y'all?
Oh, we're good, man. We're here. We survived, I guess, the YouTube strike apocalypse so far, up to this point, and still talking about whatever regardless of what anyone thinks, we are still talking about whatever the hell we want to.
YouTube strikes again, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lola sent you something that I already forgot.
Oh, unstrike the strike, or
unstrike the strange.
Yeah, I gotta put some reverse lightning there somehow. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you do that, but yeah. So that was interesting last night, man. There's a lot of different things. I don't know if you have any opinion on this, or you want to,
Yeah,
man. I mean, it's just same crap, different day. I mean, I don't mean to sound boring or anything, but it's just the way it is, man. It's just the way it's going. YouTube, like I said, I was talking with Tim about this the other day from Military Arms, and it's just the way it's going right now. Like, there's no competition for YouTube, and they basically control the market. You know what I mean? They've got
absolutely correct.
They've got the stronghold on the market, and they can do whatever the hell they want. And this is
wait, did I just see We the People? Did you just like deliberately flex on us?
This here?
Let's lock that in. What?
I got this I guess beginning of the summer.
And that's and Sam is an immigrant, just for anyone who
it's
just for anyone who wants to know.
I would just like to say one thing about that. I'd have no problem with immigration because I'm a product of that myself.
Oh, sure.
But I think we all are. I think
we're all immigrants, man, at the end of the day.
But I think we need to be careful and be selective. And that's all. I'll just leave it at that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, uncontrolled immigration is not what you want.
It's chaos. It's chaos.
Yeah.
It's an invasion. Let's be quite honest. It's an invasion. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
and Europe is a prime example of that right now. I mean, you've seen some of the videos probably on Facebook where say this was France in the 60s and 70s, and people are walking around and they're all nice and you look at it now in France and it's like, oh my Lord.
Right.
It's like, why is that? Why is that?
Yeah, there needs to be a balance, man. I'm for immigration, but I'm for controlled and immigration in the way that, if people want to come here or go to any improved, let's say, first world country, they've got to at least make an effort to integrate and respect, people's values and people's, constitution and stuff like that.
Right. That's what makes this country great, is that stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think on that point, I don't know if there's anyone here that would differ on that point. I definitely wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, we need to make America, and I don't want. I'm trying to avoid this. But no,
you couldn't help it.
If America is a bastion in the world for you to come to, I said this last night, right? If America is a bastion, you want to get away wherever it is you're from. I mean, I used to live in England. I think, Sam, you came here from England, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I used to live there. I've spent a lot of time in England. Why would people leave a place like England? Because there's something there that drives you away, that pushes you away.
I mean, hey, I'll tell you right now, the three things that drove me away. Number one, the lack of freedom. And I don't want to go on too much of a tangent here, but I'm going to say this much, man. That country is so far to the left right now that it's kind of, think of it like a globe, right? Like if you go so far north, you go back south. So this is what's happened now. They've gone so far left now. They've kind of turned the corner, and they're kind of now going towards Nazism, fascism. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, people don't believe it when I tell them. I was having this discussion with my wife today, and like you go into a store and you buy a kitchen knife, okay? And you know how public transportation is a big thing in the UK. You lived in the UK, like most people.
Absolutely.
Most people don't own cars, right?
Right.
And a lot of people are afraid to get into public transportation because they don't want to get, they don't want to get in trouble because someone's going to pick up the phone, call the police, and say, this guy is carrying a kitchen knife. This is something that you bought from a Walmart to go and cut your fucking tomatoes on. Excuse my French.
Right.
And people are afraid to do that because it is, there's this huge like mentality and fear of weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
it's insane, man. It's insane.
Why? Okay, correct.
Oh, go ahead.
Why? In recent years, the item with knives and attacks is because of certain people that have moved to England. That's their primary weapon of attack. That and acid. It seems like lately.
Yeah, I mean.
So why this? This fear of knives is, it's not the knife, it's the hands. Like the same thing with it. It's not the gun, it's the finger.
Right, absolutely. But people don't get. I mean, people are brainwashed in the UK. They're totally, utterly brainwashed. Like
100%. Yeah,
they have such a fear of weapons. They have a fear of anything sharp.
I think, but you know what? Look, I do agree that there's a certain element of that's related to what's happening recently in England with acid attacks and things like that.
Right.
However, what remains is that if you take guns, for the most part, away from the guns, have not been deleted in England at all. Okay. But if you take guns for the most part out of the equation, especially if you take it out of consideration for people who are law abiding, if people cannot legally defend themselves, then everything becomes a weapon.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Everything becomes a weapon. It's not like here in America. Same thing. You can find places in America that are very close to what's going on in England. Well, but here in America, we could defend ourselves. So if a guy has a knife, he's in trouble if he's going to come after you. Right.
Actually, if you run the numbers in this country, more people are killed with knives than they're killed with guns. So that's a fact. That's
right. But what I'm saying is, you have the option of defending yourself. You have the ability to do that. But and they've taken that away from the people, and then people who want to hurt other people and do things go to knives. But even people who don't want to, even the law-abiding people, what options do you have? Do you think if you just take everything away, people are going to go, yeah, I'm not going to defend myself then? Some people might do that, but not most people. They're going to look for something to do to defend themselves.
Well, man, like in the UK, they've not only like taken the right of people to defend themselves, but the most important part here is that they've done it so that people cannot defend themselves against their own government. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Like in the UK now, people's rights are so far eroded and so far gone that I think it's too late even for anything to change. Right.
Right.
Like, you know, people have lost rights. Like we have the Fourth Amendment over here in the UK, man. You know, police can just stop you for no reason, right? And search your car for no reason. Okay. And, you know, police can seize your stuff for no reason. It's just it's really moving towards that, right? The more, you know, and the militarization of police. And people can't do jack shit about it. It is what it is, right? Yeah. They just have to live under the rule.
Yeah. So can we? I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this, but can we put the UK in the category of being a shithole?
Oh yeah, I would say some. I wouldn't call all the UK a shithole.
Oh, wait a second, Walter.
There's some parts of it for sure.
Because I've been to some places that aren't shitholes in the UK. But
so you don't want to call? I mean, you know,
no.
But because I mean, it's okay.
Well, let's. If you want to get all up,
is it okay to call all parts of the Caribbean a shithole?
No, there's some nice parts of the Caribbean. We talked
as long as you're in a resort by the beach. Yeah.
Is it okay to call all parts of Africa a shithole?
No, as long as you're in a resort by the beach. I mean, that's how it is in the.
Let me tell you the resort by the beach that goes down in history in Africa. Okay, there's these castles, there's these forts that they built on the coast. Okay, to ship the slaves out.
Yeah.
Is that the resort by the beach that you're talking about?
Well, it was for those guys in that business. Yes, it was.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say some of that. Walter, much love, man. That's a bunch of bullshit. So there are plenty of beautiful places. Hold on. There are plenty of beautiful places, not only in the Caribbean, but Africa. That continent is such a bad rap for what it's supposed to be. There are multi-millionaires that have invested in a lot of infrastructure in that country. There are beautiful cities. There are very prominent educational systems. What the world wants us to believe is that everything over there is crappy. Everybody's suffering. They suck. And they have to run here. There are plenty of people there that will never want to come here because they're living very good, productive, prominent lives where they are. The way that the world likes to spend that continent is that it's all people running around, living from diseases and dying and suffering. That is not the way the majority of that content is. It is just not. And I believe that that whole imagery that people love for you to see and they love to put out there is to keep us believing this certain thing about people. It's the most mineral rich country in the world. I mean, continent in the world. Every damn mineral comes from there. Every mineral is there. A lot of those people got robbed, flat out robbed of their resources. It's beautiful people, predominant people, smart people that will never want to come to America. So it's more than a resort by the beach. It's an entire continent full of beautiful folks.
Go ahead, Walter. I don't know if you.
I'm sure I was just kind of. Well, most of Africa is not on the beach anyway, so we'll go back. We'll back that up a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's really not a lot of nice places in Africa, but you mentioned about what they want you to see is why is that? Why do you think they want you to see that? Because of this.
Yeah. Oh right? Yeah, no doubt. Everything's about money. Money and politics.
And it's like this UN thing. Let's throw all this money at the UN so they can throw money at these projects. And what has it gotten? And instead of it's got nothing for a lot of these people. It just besides the UN people.
The truth. Oh, give me 1 second here, Kevin. So the truth to what Kevin is saying, and I think it's for all over the world, to be honest with you, right? There's lots of places in the world that are great places, and those people don't really. If they come to America, they're coming here, and we are that what is it? The reservation on the beach, or we are that thing on the beach for lots of people. When you go to Vegas, you're going to see that.
Oh, Vegas is one block off of Las Vegas Boulevard, and a lot of places it's a shit.
No, but what I'm saying is when you go to Vegas, you will see that there's lots of people who are coming there. You have lots of Asians coming to Vegas because they got tons of money. So they're coming from a place that's not America. There's people in the Middle East that are coming to America with lots of money. There's people from Africa, as Kevin is saying, that have lots of money. There's people in India, as bad as we think about India, that have lots of money. I have friends who are from Haiti. And they show me, beautiful mansions and all that kind of stuff in Haiti. But what people put out there is the suffering. And so why are we having that dichotomy? Why is that happening in the world?
I'm going to jump in real quick. I don't think you can. you can categorize a country by the number of wealthy people in it. I think you can categorize it by the number of horribly impoverished people that live there.
Right.
So I just looked at Africa, U.S. 14.5% of the U.S. population lives in what we consider poverty. 50% of Africa does. That's like a huge disparity between. I can't tell you the range from rich to poor, but that's half the country is living off of nothing and starving, which is horrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that goes for a lot of countries.
Yeah. It's not just
about
Africa.
a lot of the Caribbean
Africa.
countries. There are plenty of people that have it terrible.
Let's take that. Those are numbers. Those are strong numbers. Let's take that and work with it. So how can you have a place where, as Kevin said, you have this place on the face of this planet that is so mineral rich and all this kind of stuff? I know a lot of things got stolen from there, the people and all that, but there's still a lot of wealth there. That's why China is in Africa so much. How can you have that and then the people suffer so much?
Because they got
so this is gonna be a really unpopular opinion, but I feel like it's the same with the Indian tribes of the U.S. They have all this land and have like the ability to run their own casinos, but they have people that come in and take 90% of the profits from those. It's like you have other people like taking their shit from them.
I can probably answer that, Hank.
Mm-hmm.
The reason this is happening in Africa is because different African countries, and we should always, it's better to say African countries than Africa as a whole. Different African countries, most African countries are politically broke, and what's happening is there is so much corruption within the political system in the different countries in Africa, and what's happening is the external forces with money like China and Russia and all that kind of stuff are coming and they're exploiting that. Okay, they're in bed with politicians. Okay, they're getting. I mean, there are companies in Africa. There are companies coming to African countries and exploiting the people. And we're talking about dictatorships here. Okay, we're talking about countries that have dictatorships, and big corporations are coming in and they're getting like personal protection. They're getting like escorted bodyguards funded by the government or done by the government. Okay, because they're just basically it's a cost of business. They just pay off governments. Okay, and that's what's happening, and they're exploiting it because it's modern day slavery, right? They keep the people poor, right?
I was gonna say the other thing is it's good for business to keep people poor and needing you.
Yeah,
it's good for business to have them wanting your help constantly.
Right.
It's good for business and it's good for politics. So this is the point this is the reason why I'm asking these questions, because how long is it? Ultimately, most of us here, we're here in America. How long do you guys think it is before these countries that we're looking at right now, before we become them?
Well, in many ways we have become them, but we have become them at a different level. Okay. So there are 10 corporations that pretty much control everything in this country. If you don't believe that, go and look it up, right? There are 10 massive corporations that control everything in this country: healthcare, online commerce, whatever you call it, technology, all that kind of stuff. And it's already happening in this country, but it's happening at another level. So, when they keep people at the minimum wage and all that kind of stuff,
Lola is over here saying Google, Amazon, Apple.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So that's what I mean, to be practical, the thing that's scary here is we can look at other people and deflect everything that's going on, and we can go on with that all day. But that's where we're headed in America. Like when you said that, Sam, I was just thinking to myself, that's like where the hell we are headed in America.
Right. Yeah. And that's true. That is absolutely true. And people who can't see that are doomed to be the worst losers out of the whole system. People have got to wake up and start seeing that we're giving way too much power to corporations, man. To big corporations. And it's hey, we 5 minutes ago we were talking about it. Google, right? Why did Google become the main player and so big? The reason is because we let it become the main player and become so freaking big. There you go. Yeah, money talks, and bull crap walks.
Yeah, and we're still here. They still control the highways and all that kind of stuff. So we're still here broadcasting over it. Kevin, did you feel like was there something else you wanted to say there?
my overall point is this, and I know we kind of segue to a whole different kind of conversation. So to wrap up the thing about Africa, then I'm going to make a general comment. Africa and other continents or countries, or African countries, or Caribbean, or Asian countries. There are countries all over this world getting extorted, right? And I believe that what we have and I'm talking about we as a collective, as Americans. So it's not each individual. I'm just saying collectively. Because we are blessed to be in probably the freest land ever known on God's green earth, right? I don't think any culture, modern culture, has had this kind of freedom, even to yell and having communication and stuff like that. I think that we snub our nose in a hole at what is going on around the world. Remember, some of these countries are still stuck in what they should be. Somebody even said in the chat they should be revolting. They are still stuck. They haven't caught up with us, right? And we have a tendency to snub our noses at them without understanding what's really going on. You got to remember, on that continent, man, like how many of, and I know we can say corporations and stuff like that, but there is no other country that can step foot on America right now and say, we're taking over. You're not. Like, there's no other force that can do that. But in Africa, you constantly have what you got.
Not yet.
Belgium
not yet. There's not other countries that can say that yet.
Well, I'm talking about that right now.
In this moment, because in this moment, there's people like us that would fight back. But if the fighting was not up to us and it was up to the government, it could happen at any time.
Yeah, but that's not my point. The point right now, you couldn't do that because there's something here to stop you. Mm-hmm. And over there in a lot of other places, even small towns we never hear about in Eastern Europe and all these other kind of places, there are forces that step in and control and keep people low. And then I think Americans as a whole have this way of looking at the latest CNN report. Now we're talking about more of the details here, but as a whole, people have a tendency to look and say, crap place, who would ever want to live there? But look, man, those people are being treated unjust. And if you're born into that kind of crap, that's life. You don't see it any other way.
Yeah, it's like being the frog in the boiling water.
Yeah, you're like, you don't know the difference. And then here, over in our homeland, here's what I don't get as a whole. I do not get this. Why? And I don't think that Trump is new. I don't think Barack was new. I don't think that Bush was new, either one of them. Why do we, as American citizens, allow one person point that we're ready to tear each other's heads off? I've never understood why. Because most people don't even get into politics that much until election cycles. And it seems like I think people are more interested in protecting their decision and rationalizing why they voted for who they voted for. So I put effort in this and I spoke it out of my mouth, so I have to back it. Whether they won or not, I'm gonna have to stick with it. But why do we as a whole allow one person or one party to divide us? Right? Why do we allow that? All this infighting, all this yelling, all this, and it even brings out the worst in people. Like, what happened to the day that you couldn't get on any platform and say, I wish the president was shot dead? Like, what is happening to the rational human being? Why are we allowing so much of this to happen? I don't get it.
To me, that harkens back to just human nature. I think the psychology of people in general is we are inherently collective groups. Like, we want to be grouped with other like-minded people. And that goes all the way back to when we were Homo sapiens, or Homo erectus, whatever's before Homo sapiens. I think that's bred into us. You're never going to be able to change something like that.
Right.
I'm not arguing that. It just
sucks because we're smart enough that you think we could rationalize our way past something like that, but it's like saying that people are just inherently going to be violent or whatever. It's you can never. Yeah, I don't know. You could rationalize your way past wars or anything because it's just human nature, shitty human nature.
I've got an erectus right here. You want to see my erectus?
Oh God! First of all, before you do that, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yes. I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not a homo erect.
You just killed my moment, Hank. You killed my moment.
Don't start showing. Listen, if this gets bad, then we're gonna be on to Stranger Palooza next. Okay.
We have to string up the tin cans and the wires.
Before Sam, before you pull out the homo, the erectus, or whatever, you plan on pulling out. Let me just remind everyone to click the thumbs ups. Okay, if you're not subscribed to the Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, please do that right now. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers so we can turn some stuff on here. This is not like the regular Hank Strange channel, so we got to turn some things on. Okay, Sam. Do you want to pull it out, or
you killed my moment, man? You're like the anti-Viagra.
I thought maybe for the sense of us not getting kicked out of this.
I was just going to show you my erect. Look, it's panning in right now. See it? Look. Here's my erect.
Oh, there you go. Okay, keep going with it. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Kill one Valkyrie. That's a
sexy baby.
It's a Valkyrie erectus.
Hey, have y'all done the Gorn yet?
No. Let's go to Gorn a little bit here.
Let's change subjects
here.
Let's
do that, right,
fun.
Kevin? I don't know. I know Kevin was making a very serious point, but Kevin, are you good with that?
I'm done, man. Let's talk about some guns.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right.
Kevin's like, I'm done.
That makes. Listen, we want to have the conversations, but at the same time, we want to. It's Friday. Let's end on a good note.
Keep it light.
I don't like the dejection on Kevin's face right now.
Let's cheer him up. What can we do to cheer Kevin up? Hold on, everyone, check this out. Let's see if we can cheer Kevin up.
I'll pull more guns. I'll be all right.
Kevin, are you looking?
I'm fine.
Are you looking at the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Does this do anything for you? Okay, hold on a second, Kevin. I don't know. Maybe that's not working. Hold on.
That's better. There you go. That goes out.
Where's your Hank glasses at?
Okay, let's do some guys. Let's just go over. Well, who's got what?
Go ahead, Walter.
I'm still holding my 22. So
yeah, this is pretty awesome. Walter,
Sam wasn't here when we had this out. This is an East German MPI 69.
Oh, I was watching.
Okay.
Cruiseman says #Happy Kevin.
I was watching, Walter, and all I'm going to say about that is I just hate you that little bit more.
Damn, Sam. Sam just went all the way over to the dark side.
I'm not going to hold back.
Well, yeah. I mean, this not one thing I like about it. It's not very exciting to shoot. To be quite honest with you, it is full auto, but it's exclusive.
I don't understand how are you, Walter? Does this take regular 22s?
Yes.
Okay. How many? How many magazines do you have?
5.
Oh, we can have tons of excitement. We can excite the living daylights out of that.
Is that almost, oh my God, it's going to come out of my hand excitement from shooting.
Oh,
it doesn't have that, but it does have exclusivity, and I do like exclusivity.
No, I think so too. But I mean, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. 22s are like the most fun guns.
Machine guns. I'm a little jaded. I mean, everybody doesn't get to play with this stuff. But we were shooting it in the shop today, so I think that was cool.
22 full auto is just about as much fun as licking
anything else.
Licking something off the tits of a stripper.
Okay. No.
Wow. Now you're getting me excited.
Well.
Hey, I censored it. I said something. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a very good imagination, so I can.
Yeah. Hank, I think our next video we need to have 2 things: a machine gun and a stripper. We need to see what's more exciting.
Nothing. Well. Both. You got to combine it. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
No, you got to compare the 2.
Okay.
Compare
then combine. Compare then combine. No, but listen, I really think like 22s are, to me, I like all kinds of guns, but 22s are the most fun. And like Sam just said, man, you put like full auto on top of 22. The only thing that's more fun than that is if it was suppressed.
My best, like my fondest, all of my fondest like shooting memories are of the most basic 22 that you have to like, it's single shot and you have to pull the bolt back to cock it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
My grandfather and I he has one that he's had since he was like a kid, and we shoot that thing, and those are like all my best memories. 22 is like the best.
Okay. I get it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to I didn't mean to step on the 22 memory thing, but
hell no, 22 is just great. It's cheap.
Walter, we all don't like buy 223 by the bucket.
Yeah, but you shoot mine like it's by the bucket.
Yeah. Is that a crime? Is that a crime?
We're not all 22 Plinkster, I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like maybe it's like a Weinstein moment when you walk in that door and you know it could happen and you still walk in the door. Whose fault is it?
Yeah.
You put yourself in the situation, Walter. It's your own fault.
You came with the guns and the ammo. So so you got your 22. You're very proud of it. Very proud moment with the 26 there.
It's kind of like you driving the Rolls Royce Wraith thing, And by the way, let me ask you a question about that.
Oh boy.
No, it's a real question. That's the one that's kind of like a coupe.
Yeah, in the back. It's got a really unique back.
When we were in New Orleans over the holidays, a guy drove down Bourbon Street in the French Quarter of one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. That's a nice car.
It was very nice.
It's a beast of a car too. It's like, it's manly.
Yeah. It's very quiet and luxurious,
Which car are we talking about?
Rolls Royce Wraith.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I had the pleasure of driving one lately. I've got to actually get that video done along with a ton of other videos I'm supposed to be doing. But I did have the pleasure of driving a Rolls Royce Wraith.
That was a sharp looking car
around. Very nice. Very
nice.
I'd
probably have to sell my house to buy
that's what I say when I see a car like that. I go, there goes somebody's house.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you Hank, did you talk about the umbrellas the other night?
Oh yeah, the umbrellas in there. It did have the umbrellas in the suicide doors, and they're heated.
Matching umbrellas?
They're heated.
Matching umbrellas, and they have Rolls Royce in them, and they're heated.
That's insane.
The umbrella's heated.
Yes. The thing that you put the umbrella in heats it.
That's insane to me. That whole idea is insane to me.
BMW still makes it, right?
They're the owner of Rolls. Is that?
Yeah, BMW does. They're
part of the BMW. What group is that?
Yeah, it's part of the BMW group. Ever since BMW bought it, like I don't know, 10 years ago. I mean, it's been a fantastic car because before that, pretty much Rolls Royce was tanking. As a car brand, but obviously they did the engines for the airplanes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Richard Hughes says VW owns them. I think that's part of the group too, right? Volkswagen, BMW.
No, I'm pretty sure VW owns Bentley, not Rolls Royce.
Maybe, yeah. Wait, because I know doesn't VW own VW obviously Bugatti. Audi?
Yeah, and Bugatti as well.
Yeah, Audi, Bugatti, Lamborghini, or something like that.
No, well, Audi owns Lamborghini, and then Audi is part of the kind of part of the Volkswagen group. Volkswagen also bought Porsche not long ago.
Yeah. So pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And think about it. The funny part is, I'll tell you a story. After World War II, Ford Motor Company was offered Volkswagen as war reparations. Yeah. And Ford turned it down. So was that a good decision or not?
That was probably a good thing.
Well, I know that didn't Russia get Audi?
No.
I thought after World War II, there was some Eastern European country that got Audi. I thought it was Russia in the beginning, or they got the whatever that group is that Audi was originally.
Well, it used to be Auto Union.
Auto Union, yeah. They didn't Russia get Auto Union?
I don't know about that.
I think so.
I'd have to look that one up. But it's
Somebody
possible.
Tell me.
I know all the Russians did after World War II is they disassembled every factory they came across and shipped
I think that's what happened. I think the Russians took the Audi factory, but they didn't they didn't take the name. They took all the stuff.
Okay, that's completely possible. Yeah.
By the way,
before we go on to that one, what was the white one you have behind you? I don't think you showed that one off yet.
Oh, the Glio?
No. He has the Glio in his hand.
Not the Glio? Okay.
The white AR behind you.
This is
you pulled it out, but you didn't talk about.
Yeah, you got it out, and then we started talking about other stuff. And
it has skulls on it or something.
Yeah, this is Big Daddy's. This is Tony's, and it's this is from his skull phase.
All those skulls are painted, aren't they?
No, they're painted. Yes, the skulls are painted, but that's actually 3D cut into.
That's all machined. Yeah.
That's machined into the handguard there, as well as the what is this? This is from
It's
That's
a
not
Spike
Spikes.
Tactical, I think, right?
Isn't it those guys? What's the name of the brothers that make this for Spikes? I forgot their name.
At least a pair of brothers, I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
oh,
so
Sharps brothers.
Yeah, so it's got
okay,
that.
there you go.
Yeah, it's got that there, and then it's got this.
I feel like
All
this
right,
is a very Hank Strange gun right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's a car question because it's talking
And
about
this was made by the way, before I forget,
go ahead.
this gun was put together and painted and all that kind of stuff by Lee of I think it's Archangel here in Gainesville. But he put this together for Tony. This is in his collection from his skull face. He went through a skull face. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Walter. What was that?
We're talking about in the chat. Richard Hughes was talking about the East German car, and I can't remember the name of it. The only one the East Germans made, like their people's car, and it was actually a two-cycle engine in that car, because they smoke and make all kinds of rackets.
Yeah, I saw that on Top Gear.
God, I can't. But now people collect them. They're collectible now. Yeah.
It's not a Dacia.
No.
Dacia, those things are really crap, aren't they?
I keep thinking the Czech Tatra, but it's not a Tatra.
Yeah. Okay. Whoever mentioned that, remind us of that.
Are you talking about the? Are you talking about the Wartburg?
No. No.
You're talking about it's like a little it was like
four-door
the people's car of
East Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably mean the Trabant.
Trabant. Yes, correct.
That's a four guns. Just like
those things are a ginormous piece of garbage.
I've never even heard of that. I'm gonna look it up.
They're probably collectors things now. I don't know.
They are. There's like groups.
Like a Yugo.
They're kind of chic. They're chic. You know, it's like
right.
Classified information had a good comment for that.
What's that?
You have to look at classified information's comment. I don't want to like.
I want to get banned for it.
Yeah. More Trabant.
That's true.
Joe Carpenter says boobs for Babyface. So Sam,
with targets in the middle.
While you're here, I did have a T-shirt idea which I could totally text you.
Oh God, here we go again.
But we were thinking about this, and we all agreed on this, including
No.
including Babyface has agreed on this one.
I've already seen that.
I have not agreed on any of this.
This should be, or at least make a boobies T-shirt for Babyface that we can make him wear, or anyone out there if they want to have the boobies, they can put on the T-shirt and it's boobified, and maybe we can make it like a Gun Bunny T-shirt or something.
Babyface. Words of advice, brother. Like right now, get on there and trademark your face, because this shit is gonna go. This shit is gonna get ripped to pieces. I'm telling you right now.
I think we should make a Gun Bunny T-shirt, man. That everyone, like, if everyone wants to be a Gun Bunny, I can get one and put it on, and then I'm automatically a Gun Bunny, and we'll see.
Yeah, we can do that.
Like, it doesn't show, not like it's tastefully, like maybe you show a little bit of cleavage, but there's some like a hot shell casing in there. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas here.
Sam, do you ever get tired of people coming up to you going, "Hey, I got this great idea"?
Yeah. You and 9,000 other people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I do. I mean, it depends on the idea, man. Sometimes it's like, yeah, that's great, and a lot of times it's like, oh God, just get out of here. Just go.
Yeah, it's like, go away.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, Real Cujo. By the way, Real Cujo, our friend Real Cujo is in here, and he says he gave money to help Babyface get those boobies.
What does that
These
even
boobies
mean?
have to be made.
Where was the money given? I didn't receive any of this money.
He gave it to me. I'm the custodian. I'm the custodian of this, and I'm working on it with Sam. If we get the booby, will you agree to the booby T-shirt, Babyface?
I'll wear a booby T-shirt if you get me one.
Oh, say it again.
Yeah, you can quote me on that. I will wear a booby T-shirt on this as long as it's PC enough to be put on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
All right. Nips. I don't think YouTube allows nips. That's the only thing.
Okay. So okay. All right. Cool. Kevin, do you have some gun porn for us, my friend? You're sitting over in the corner.
I'm good, man.
Kevin. I think Kevin is no gun porn. There's no guns.
I got guns. I always have guns around me.
Yeah.
Especially when I feel like I do now. So yeah.
Kevin is serious right now.
Well, you know what? Some stuff needs to be taken serious, man. And lighthearted or not, this is why our world is screwed up. But anyway, on the guns, because people just don't freaking get it. And the more we play around with it and we don't take the right thing serious, and the more we just sit in our own little worlds, you wonder why we're going to lose this big fight. Wonder why we're going to lose the fight for freedom, because we take it too damn lighthearted and we don't sit around and have the right kind of conversations to truly impact and be tactical as we should be. And people wonder why we're losing, and you wonder why our kids are still be fighting the same damn fight, because we don't take it serious enough. This panel included at certain times. We don't take it serious enough. We don't have the right conversations. We want to slack off. We want to joke. Everything's funny. Nobody has a right to feel a certain kind of way. We want to disregard everybody's feelings. And the same people we are turning away are the same soldiers we need on our side to fight the fight. But you know what? Let's not take that seriously.
No, okay. Listen, you want to take it seriously?
No, these objects are more important, right? These things are more important than people, right?
No, man, I can take that point.
If you want to take it seriously, we can take it seriously.
This thing means nothing. It means nothing without the people to hold them. It means nothing without the people to get behind the mission of what they stand for. It means nothing without the people getting the information to understand what freedom is, which then translates down to this market, which then gets everybody money, gets everybody informed, gets everybody off of their BS. But you know what? It's not serious enough. Let's just all joke. And when we're in the ground and when we're dead and gone and our kids are still sitting on some uberly hyper podcast or whatever they're going to be doing by then, let them keep having the same conversations. Let them just disregard everybody's feelings. Let's not care about anybody else. Let's tell everybody they shouldn't be butthurt. Let's just tell everybody, you know what? I can say what I want to say. And then you know what we do? We're hypocrites, because at the same damn time, we'll sit around and say when they start threatening our gun rights, hey guys, we need your votes over here to come help us. We need your help right now. But when they're sitting there right now, just looking for somebody to be reactive to them, just listen to them, just, you know, give a damn. What happened to when we cared? We don't care about anything anymore. The world, you are such the cool super dude if you can be nonchalant about everything. But as soon as it's you, whoever you are, as soon as it's you that needs the help, then that's when your tears come. That's when your frustration comes. That's when you want everybody to see your point. We are so damn dismissive. We are so divided. We are so, it doesn't matter. It's cool. It's whatever. Let's just talk about guns. You're not going to have anybody to shoot the guns in another 30 years. It's what's going to happen. You're talking about surviving and being free. Who's going to keep this market going? Who's going to spend the money? Who's going to keep guys like Sam in business? Who's going to keep guys like me in business? Who's even going to give a damn about listening to these channels if all they think they're going to find every single time is a bunch of dudes that don't care about, because we keep, everybody wants to talk about, we have to get off, everybody thinking that you need to be this real militant guy or this real militant girl in order to be in guns. We need to let the common American know that, hey, that's a small community. They're great, but this is whole big world open for you. And that's coming from the common people. That's coming from people that are telling you they can relate to you. And as soon as we start getting their attention, what do? We don't care about your feelings. Go back over there. Go back over there. I want to pick up my guns, shoot my guns, and have my opinion. And your opinion about how I feel means nothing. So let's keep doing the podcast. Let's talk about guns. Let's talk about everything but freedom. Let's keep talking about, we don't care about people's feelings. Only thing we care about is politics and guns. We only upset when a Republican turns their back on us. Only time we can all agree is when we say Hillary sucks. Let's keep having those conversations. Missing people, let's keep doing it. And when you need these people, when these Democrats and all these left people and all these anti-gun people, or however you want to categorize them and put them in whatever box you want to put them in, when they get to telling people, but we care about you, but we want to listen to what you have to say. We might disagree with you at the end of the day, but we'll at least take your conversation. We might talk all the crap about you. We want to talk about you behind closed doors. But in your face, we're going to be polite. We're going to make you feel good about yourself. And then you wonder why they have such control, because at the end of the day, there are human beings behind everything. But you know what? This panel, other panels, everybody wants to take it so lightly. I'm in the trenches every day. While we're picking up guns and throwing guns, I'm in communities every day. I'm hearing what people are saying. That is my work. That is my passion. So I take it very offensively when somebody is dismissive of that. While guys are out producing products, while Smith & Wesson and HK are making guns and things like that, while Sam is making shirts and apparel for guys to represent their pride, while he's selling guns to the public. Hey, while you're out doing all kind of great videos and getting everybody introduced and telling them that, hey, this is a lifestyle, cars, guns, while Babyface is doing his design and his engineering and all his technical savvy stuff, while Walther is designing guns and inventing new things. That is all fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, there is still a job to get people. People. So don't be dismissive of what I'm doing. Don't do that. And I'm tired of that. And that's why we're losing. And I'll say it to this panel like I'll say it to anybody else. I will call you out on your BS. And that's why we're losing. That's why. Because we're so into this product and so into all this other stuff, but when it comes to people feelings, when it comes to countries feeling like they've been insulted, when it comes to people feeling like they've been insulted, we want to be constantly dismissive of a lineage of people. Let me walk up to a Jewish guy and say, I don't care anything about the Holocaust. Let me do that. Let me do that to them. Let me walk up to somebody and say, I don't care anything about your lineage, Irish, Jamaican. Let me go be dismissive of them. But it's so easy to dismiss African cultures and Caribbean cultures. It is so easy to do that. Now I'm tired of it. It is frustrating, from this panel included. It is more than frustrating.
So let me ask you a question. What do you think? What did we do to make you think we were dismissive of that?
This whole damn thing is a shabab tonight. This whole thing about being dismissive, as loose as Walther was, all the coastal countries, as dismissive as everything is, as passive as it is. People in the chat are like, hey man, you know what? It doesn't matter. They're all crap holes. But my only problem with that is you turn into a hypocrite, because these are the same people, especially the ones already in this country, because I've never been an immigrant. But once you are a naturalized citizen, once you get all you can vote, right? So these are some of the same people that are going to have voting power, right? And yet we want to be dismissive of how they feel. We want to just throw everything to the side. I'm telling you now, and I'm going to tell you 1,000 damn times to whomever's listening. I don't care anything about these gadgets and gadgets. At the end of the day, if we don't have people to operate them, if we don't have people to shoot them, if we don't have people to get in a political office to help us, if we don't get the voting power, if we don't start letting people know we at least, now I'm not going to come up to you and give you warm hugs every day. Certainly not. But if I can at least let you feel that I understand and I can be compassionate, I can be a human being towards you, you aren't going to win the fight.
Yeah. So Kevin,
you will not win it.
So hold on a second. What is it that you feel that we did as a panel? I mean, I can't speak for people who are out there on the internet or in the chat watching this. What is it we did as a panel? This is what we spoke about.
We're too lax.
No, this is what we. Hold on a second, Kevin. Hold on a second.
I'm answering your question. What I'm saying is, as a whole, because I'm not like Sam had a point. He talked straight down the line. Babyface had a point. He talked straight down the line. Walther had a point. He talked straight down the line. You had your point. You talked straight down the line. And that to a degree is somewhat of the issue, because you know what, we started talking about people's feelings, and you know how we did? We ignored it. Collectively, we ignored it. And I'll even hold some of the blame myself. We collectively ignored it because all we got was, oh, they're crap holes. Let it be what it's going to be. He spoke his mind. People say what they're going to say.
Yeah, but okay, listen, let's focus on what's going on here, because you're taking exception with us. We got a strike against this channel, and we got kicked off of our podcast yesterday, in case you don't know that, based on this subject. And the people here even the people in the chat, but the people here in this particular chat with you on this panel, Babyface was here. Sam obviously is the only one who wasn't here, but Walther was here. I was here. We got kicked off. We took a strike. I took a strike against the channel for that. We had this discussion yesterday. This was the topic of the discussion. Okay.
We tried to anyway.
So yeah, we had the discussion, but we're trying to be civil with each other and not get to a point where we're just here fighting, going back and forward. We're trying to have the discussion and have people become aware of it, to the point that we got kicked off yesterday. We moved over here to Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded, got all those people, most of those people who are watching us, who are on our side, to come over here, and we still had the discussion yesterday. Then we're back here. You were training or doing something yesterday. Maybe you didn't hear about this news or whatever. That's all good. I'm not going to hold that against you. But today we came back on and we're doing it again. We had this discussion again from the beginning of this show. This is what we've been talking about. We obviously, no one could solve this, but I'm an immigrant. Lola is an immigrant. Sam is an immigrant. Recently, obviously, Walter and you and Patrick, you guys came here, your families came here a long time ago, but we are immediate immigrants. We're in this position and we had the discussion. So what more is it that you think that we neglected to do that you're mad at us, you know, when we're here and we're letting you voice your opinion and even taking your side?
No. First of all, there is no anger. Anger is a totally different emotion. Anger is being irate. It is a different side of me. This is not anger. This is me feeling passionate about something. You know how when you get real passionate about certain things and you say that if in order to be your friend, you're going to have an opinion. Well, guess what? Here's mine. And my opinion is this. Collectively, and I have said that several times, and I didn't say just this panel. I even asked when we were talking before, I said, I don't understand why us as a country as a whole allow one individual to divide us. I don't get that, because that individual supposedly said this thing, which is why the conversation is all over the place, right? Mm-hmm. Whole reason why CNN is talking about it, whole reason why it's on this show, whole reason it's why over Fox News, whole purpose, because one person said it. My thing is when gun people, and you know what? I'm telling you right now, gun folks don't have to listen to me. You don't. What I'm saying is when it comes to you insulting somebody's lineage, people are more than tired of that. This is not even race at this point. It's not about race. It's about their culture and their history and their lineage and feeling proud of where they're from. You mean to tell me we can't even collectively as a country say, since we were built off immigration, we at least understand somebody being protective about where they come from and their lineage, and it not just being dismissive. And whether Walter meant it that way or not, saying yes, it's only cool when you go there and you're hanging out on the coast, that's offensive, man. That is offensive. It is offensive to a lot of people. And I'm not, look, I have said this multiple times. I was born here in America. I could not tell you which African country my people came from. And that's another thing about us, because our history was broken so much. We all the time don't know even where we came from. Right? So that sucks. I can't say.
I know where I came from.
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know. So a lot of us can't say that.
That's accessible information. That's accessible information. I can tell you where I came from. Okay. I can tell you where you're most likely to have come from. But so your issue, we're having a conversation. We're here. We're having an open conversation. So you're taking issue with what Walter said. Is that what you're saying?
That was offensive, and I said that then when he said it. That was offensive.
I think Walter responded to that and retracted it and told you that that's not what he meant to say. I could be wrong.
What I meant to say is when you go to, for example, you go to Las Vegas. It's beautiful along the strip. You walk 2 blocks off the strip and it's not so beautiful. You go to Nassau. I've been there. Been a few years ago. It's great down by the water. It looks nice. It's well kept. You go a few blocks away from the thing and it's just your normal neighborhood, right? There's a lot of areas in these countries where the people of money live. It's very nice. Where the people that don't have money, it's not so nice. Go to Detroit. Go to Chicago. Go to Tampa.
You can go in my backyard, man.
Well, yeah, right. Well, so exactly. So that's what I was kind of leaning toward. There's a lot of beautiful places in the world. There's lots of waterfalls and beautiful places, but not everywhere. I mean, not everywhere. And it's not the people's fault as much as the people who run the countries, the politicians, and we're going to blame it on corporations. But the bottom line is somebody in that country that's a native is running the show. So whether it's here or it's in Africa or it's in Eastern Europe or it's in South America, it's all the same story. So, that's what I kind of meant.
Okay, go ahead, Kevin.
That's all I got to say about it.
Hey, I need to say something here. Kevin, look, man, you might have had a long day, and I'm pretty sure you have, and like you said, you're out there, and you're fighting your fight and stuff like that, and I can understand when someone has had like a bad day or whatever you want to call it, okay? But I just want to try and get you to understand and absorb something. If we're over here, man, and we're kind of making jokes and stuff and everything, it doesn't mean that we haven't also had our own day of fighting and our own day of lobbying and our own day of anything. You know what I mean? We play our part, and you know that, right? I don't even have to tell you that. I mean, I was on the phone today to Gun Owners of America, and I've been active, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not
anybody of not being active. What I was highlighting then is just I was highlighting, not excluding. I was just highlighting what's most known, not excluding any other action.
Yeah. No, sure, man. Sure. I got you. And like I said earlier, I take your point. You know what I mean? It's all good. We're all grown up.
Listen, I understand that, but Kevin, I could tell you something, and I understand that you're upset, and I'm trying to have this discussion. We're here and we're in this moment trying to have this discussion. I'd like to know, first of all, where it is you think that we failed you, but above that, I would like to know who you think out there tries to do what we're trying to do here, what Walter's trying to do here. What Lola and I are trying to do, what Patrick is trying to do, what Sam's trying to do, what people out there are trying to do. Who do you think out there actually does this? And I'm not saying we're better than anyone or that we're less than anyone, but who actually tries to do this and have real conversations? You've done a lot of things with people. You've been on the NRA, done things with Cola Noir. Those motherfuckers don't have this fucking conversation. I can tell you that shit right now. I've been on Cola Noir for like 4 fucking minutes. So that's bullshit. You've done things with Jaeger. Jaeger doesn't have this fucking conversation that we have here. I have this conversation. I get in the fight. I put myself and my family on the motherfucking line all the time. So I understand that you want to be mad. I got a fucking strike talking about this shit.
We all play our part. Look, we all play our part. Even James Jaeger plays his part.
So what are we doing now? We about to have a yellow match? Is that what
no, that's not what we're doing. You allowed yourself to get mad, and I understand that. I'm trying to find out from you why you think we're somehow failing you.
Hold on. No, and I never said. See now that I'm not letting that slide. I never said anybody failed me. So let me clear up a couple of things that were just said to me. One, I am not accusing. So Walter had his moment to clarify, which Walter, by the way, let me address that. The way you clarified it, I totally get it. Period. I get it. So let me just start there. Two, when I went down the list of what people do, I didn't exclude you. That'd be no different than me saying, because I say I'm out there every day, I didn't say anything about me being a trainer. And my title says training. I didn't mention training. So I wasn't saying that what you do or what anybody does is all they do. I would not be entertaining someone that said, oh, I make guns, and as far as voting pro-gun, no, I don't care about none of that. No, because then you're not truly in the fight. So I'm not saying that. Once again, if I was trying to do that, I would have mentioned it. I would have said I train and I go work with people. I didn't do that. I simply said I'm out there in the trenches. I mentioned nothing about training. So let's not try to take that personal. When it comes to everybody else having the conversations, Hank, to you, I think what you should notice is this. When I come on here, part of the reason I come on here is because the freedom to express oneself. It's why I enjoy it. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not mad at anybody for expressing their opinion. I'm not mad at anybody for feeling the way they feel. If you say something I think is unfair, being the free speech panel it is, I think that I have a right to say it.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
So I think I didn't do it by now let's get this clear, because I just want to make sure I cover all the bases here. First of all, I have lost not an ounce of respect for anybody on this panel. For one, let's get that clear. Two, I didn't start off cursing anybody out. I didn't call anybody out of their name. I didn't say that you were dumb, ill-willed. I am simply saying that if we don't change some of the perspectives, which I immediately mentioned what Walter said, which, by the way, is my highest point. That being my number 1 point, the number 2 point being some of the lazy, old kind of dismissive comments in the chat. So that's why I said the panel. I probably should have said the show. So let's clarify. I have one big problem with what Walter said, which he's clarified, and some issues with what was going on in the chat.
Okay, and what I'm trying to tell you is that he clarified that when you had a problem with it.
And what I'm telling you, okay, guess what I missed?
Okay,
that's why when he talked the second time, you notice I sat back and I didn't talk. We always overtalk each other.
Sure.
So when he went to clarify it again, I shut up, and I'm glad everybody else was quiet so I can hear what he said.
Yeah, but I think part of the reason why you missed it is because you went into a mode. I mean, obviously, anyone looking at this realizes that you went into a mode, you know, and you went into this mode where you missed it, where I was giving you opportunities, saying to you, like, I felt, you know, you didn't get to finish what you were saying, and you went into a mode, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, maybe you don't notice that. Maybe when you look back at this is why I believe in this kind of stuff. This is why I will never delete this. I will always leave it there so that the people out there in the world, not just the folks that are looking at that are in here and looking at this chat now, it's here forever. This is one of the things that's different with what I do from what other people do. I would leave this here so you can look at it and see that I've been looking at you and observing you, and you went into a mode. You know, you sat back in your chair, you were literally off the screen. So everyone right now is in a small little screen, and you were off the screen. You went into a mode and you were upset about it. And I kept bringing it back because I felt like you had something unsaid. Okay. And I wanted you to be able to say that. But, you know, the point that I'm trying to make to you is that, you know, once you go into that mode, just like me, man, if I go into that mode like I just went into just now, that's a zone that we're in, and it's easy to miss stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying to you, look, I'm mad about it. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm an immigrant. I came here in 1983. I came to this country. Before I came to America, I was in Nigeria. Okay. I was born in South America, in Guyana. I'm having this conversation because I don't like what the hell the president said, and I think it's bullshit, and I'm going to call him on it. And I'm willing to, Walter, the guy that's sitting there, writes me a check every month that helps me keep doing what I'm doing. This place that I'm in, this place serves as the headquarters for the Republican Party of Gainesville, dude. And I'm
Walter,
here talking shit. So
Walter,
the thing is that I'm doing this, but you know, we still have to realize that there's very few people that are doing this and having this conversation, including people like Walter that would get out there. And I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm doing it so we can all have this conversation. And when something makes me mad, even though I'm all the way down with guns, I'm going to listen. I spoke to my brother today, and he also doesn't give a shit about the comment that the president made. He told me, he's like, dude, I don't give a shit. And we came from the same place. That's my older brother, and he doesn't give a shit. And I was like, guess what, man? I don't agree with you. I give a shit. That's what this is all about. Like we can't solve the world's problems, but we can at least talk to each other.
Right. Yep.
You know, and Kevin, you have to admit that you are the one that started throwing things around and sitting back and getting out of the conversation. And I recognize that something's up with you, and I want you to be able to say that thing instead of just icing you out in this conversation and then get into my car and driving like 45 minutes that I have to drive from here whenever we leave here to go home. Okay, that would bother me that you didn't get your point out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're here, man. You're here because those people in the chat, when you first came on this show, you were passionate, and those people loved you, and they said you have to have this guy on all the time.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about that? And I haven't read the chat in all fairness in probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, so I have no idea what's really going on in there right now. But what I will say is this. That's great, and a lot of those guys are great, and most of those guys are great people. The trolls, whatever. I would say that chat normally is pretty straightforward. I don't care about their difference of opinion because people have them. They should have a right to type and talk and say whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to say is this. That for the last time I did look, and the comment wasn't bad, but it was just kind of like, oh, he shouldn't be upset. It was something real general.
There was something that you saw that upset you in particular?
It was just back and forth, man. I'm not even giving anybody that kind of shine. To be honest with you, I'm not.
Yeah, that's the thing that's going. That's what happened yesterday, dude. There was so many people in here that aren't the people who support us and are down with us and understand what we get up to. That things were being said, and we all couldn't see it all at the same. This is like exactly what happened yesterday. you know, and how we got into a thing yesterday. But I'm telling you that the people on this panel appreciate you and who you are. And so do people out there that support us, that are hanging out with us right now, even though we've been like going at it for like the last 30 minutes with each other. But you know what? I think ultimately people love the fact that we're trying to keep this shit real with them.
Yeah, if you're looking for and that is now somebody, and I forget, I honestly forgot who said it, and I meant to screenshot it on my phone. But there was one particular day where you got upset about something. It was a couple of months ago or whatever it was, whenever it was. You got upset about something and you went on a whole tyrant. And a guy in the chat, a couple of them actually in the chat said something along the lines of, "I need to know my place when I'm on your show." And yeah,
I don't know who the hell said that to you.
And what they said was something like, yeah, because it was
Lola is saying that you should call those people out. She wants to know who said that to you.
Call them out.
It was
Just
right after
make
the
the
rant.
comment
So
and let's address that person.
Yeah, if you know who those people are, you should call them out. But Kevin, please know this. This is not how we. I don't feel you should. Your place is whatever the hell you want it to be, man.
Right.
That's how I feel. That's how Walter feels.
Yeah.
Walter has never, and I'm telling you, if anyone here is bankrolling this, it's Walter. Walter has never said to me, "Tell Kevin."
No.
To me and Walter, we fight like this all the time. Even if
we have discussions like this all the time. Yeah.
But that's why he's here, because we're friends, and regardless of how he may come across to people, we're
on the same page in the end. So
yeah. And I get that, and it's not a representation of Walter or you. And look, let me clarify this. You can't fix anything if we're all getting along to get along, right? You never fix any problem, right? If people, whatever problem it is, all right? So I don't have an issue with disagreeing, okay? So let's the people in the chat get to know. They always tell you whenever I go to all these how to build your social media brand stuff, they always say, let people know who you are. All right, here's a little insight to who I am. I will debate, argue you till you're blue in the face, and then we can still go get a burger and a beer. You know, I don't hold on to things, because when you hold on to things, it does fester, then it turns into anger.
Yeah. Well, let me say this to you though. If someone said to you that you should know your place or whatever,
yeah, it was right after.
I think the rest of us would like to know who that person is, and we'd like to call them out. And I would tell people like, hey, you could, you know, I 100% believe in freedom. That's the kind of person that I am. But I think you still have to be respectful of people, and no one has a right to come up in here and tell someone they should know their place about anything. People complain.
And from now on, when you see those comments,
people can't see you, Lola.
I'm sorry. And what I was going to say, Walter and Kevin and even Babyface, you guys are here to moderate this chat. Right, and he can't always see it between all the different things he's controlling here. You guys are welcome to call every single person out in this chat that makes those comments. Period. End of story. This is our podcast, and people come in here and say dumb stuff all the time. Sometimes I see it and catch it. Sometimes I don't, because I'm multitasking. But there's no reason for anyone on this panel to just sit back and let those people say those comments. If they don't like what's being said, they can leave. We don't always have serious conversations, but they don't have to be here. So my thing for all of you is that when you see that, call that person out. Whether you respond via the chat and say something back, or just bring it up like you've done before, Kevin, where you've addressed something that someone said in the chat that was really blatant and offensive and just uncalled for. But people need to understand that we need to have conversations, and we're not always going to agree on everything. And that's what that's what it is to be a family. And that's what this panel is. So let's keep that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, listen, the people, go ahead, Walter.
It's really easy to get really upset really fast, or get loud. I will say upset because, get mad or whatever. But, sometimes like I do, it's like, ah! And then they go like, oh, okay, just chill out. It's like, it doesn't do any good to get all worked up like that. Sometimes, most of the time.
But I could tell people a secret about me right now. I don't deal with people who I think are beneath me. In terms of, if you see me with people, I'm not that kind of person thinking I'm better than all these people and I'm the alpha and everyone has to do what I want.
Right.
Okay. So the people who I bring into my life are always people who I feel I have something to aspire towards. Okay. People who can add something to my life. Right. That's what I'm about. So there's no way that Patrick means a lot to me. That's why he's here. Sam means a lot to me. It's not even really about the t-shirts. We can mess around with that. Sam, you know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't mean anything. The t-shirts is not the thing. Walter, it's the same thing. Kevin, that's why you're here, man. You know, I want your voice to exist, because I know for a fact there's people out there. I keep trying to tell you that there's people out there that we all know that have deliberately, systematically tried to silence my voice. And I'm not trying to make that into a big deal. Instead of doing that, I'm trying to give other people a voice. That's why we're doing this. You know, and that means that gives those people the voice to argue with me or say to me, no, you're wrong, or this is my perspective of this.
We don't agree.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for, because ultimately, like I said, I don't think that we can solve this here in this chat and this podcast or anything like that. But I think what we can do is talk about it and argue about it and things like that, just like a family does with each other. Yeah. And ultimately, how are people going to understand that we're upset about something if we don't get upset about it? If we don't say, no, listen, this is not a cool thing. This is not, you know, people take exception to this. This is hurtful. You might not be able to see it, but it's a hurtful thing and we shouldn't do it. I'm pretty sure that's what I've said before, but maybe I didn't say it clearly enough, or maybe you didn't hear it. But that's what I said about this subject, and that's what I believe, that there's something here. There's lots of things that Trump's done that I could go, okay, fine, whatever. But there's certain things here that you have to have a line of what you can do, and you can push people away, like you just said, that you don't need to push away.
Right.
That's and look, I agree with that sentiment, and at the same time, now I did get a chance, so I wasn't ignoring you. I was like trying to catch up with what some people were saying while listening to you. And in the chat, they said it the best. Look, man, brothers fight, and in this thing, and I'm not even fighting tonight. Like if this,
no. Let me tell you, Kevin, if that wasn't mad, I don't want to see him mad. Right? Yeah, I don't want to see him mad. That's what.
I'm very passionate, but no, that's not anger. And if you would even watch the video on the war, you will understand why I don't allow myself to get angry. Well, I was very open. Mm-hmm. So no, but and here's another thing, we are all here because not only or do I think you're a great panel of guys, I do. I talk about you guys all the time, even to the people that you openly say sometimes don't like you. I'm like, hey, you know, you probably shouldn't look at it things that way, right? I'm always having these open conversations because I like everybody here. I really do. But when you're seeing my passion, and this is for you guys and even the people in the chat and whoever else might watch this video, said, we're all on the same page. So whenever I see a threat to the 2A, whenever I see a threat, the way I perceive it or whatever, it's the same way in politics. People get real passionate about politics and they run off the rafters. Politics on my area is, I'm not an expert at political issues. I'm just not. So some people see things in a way I just don't see it and they go off. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, but when I see things, I'm like, that's a risk. That's the passion you see come out of me, because ultimately I see a risk to freedom. Even if it's a pinhole, I can see people trying to stretch it. And so just for a background, that's why. But no, I'm not taking it personal, Hank. If I would have thought that you were trying to be a dictator of any sort, then it would, like, why would I even be around, right? So I don't take what other people say about any individual as who they are. That's not what I get from you. Me and you talk outside of this podcast all the time. So no, it's not a reflection on you. My passion comes from making sure that I'm doing my part as well as everybody else has to do their small part, because my part is small. I'm just trying to do it. Make sure that we are securing our freedoms the best way we can. So whenever I see that at risk, or I see somebody maybe saying something that puts that at risk later on, I'm going to say something. And yes, it is going to be passionate.
Or somebody that makes light of it. Doesn't take
it. And when you make now, there are times we can be lighthearted. Like, right, we've had some very lighthearted conversations about things, and to Sam's point earlier,
I mean, makes light of what
your pain, something that might be painful to you.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to, poke you or anything like that. That wasn't my point to do that or anything like that. So
no, and I know it wasn't personal, and it is, but I would be being dishonest if I wasn't being me, right? So I have always, there is certain, and everybody's got their story. Like, I've never lived in the UK like Sam. Hell, I've never lived in Florida like Babyface. I've never been in Nigeria. Like, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even point to where Guyana is on the map. Like, I have no idea. I know it's in the Caribbean because you say it all the time, right? So I'm not saying I am a world-round professor and I know everything there is to know. But there are certain things that I hold near, dear, and I hold sacred. The small things that I do understand, the things that I am very well aware of. And when those things are attacked, or I feel like they're being made light of, probably going to get a response. And that to me, honestly, is a sign of respect, because if I didn't respect a person's voice that was saying it, I would just ignore you because you mean nothing. You're a peon. So if I'm giving you a response, that means I know your voice is powerful enough and it's to be respected enough, and I want to enlighten you on what you're saying.
Okay, no, I understand that, but I just want you to realize that, really the thing that's going on here is, like, this is not for the numbers. What I'm doing here, man, is like, everyone looks at the numbers. Numbers matter, I guess, in some aspect. This is not for the numbers. This is not for the money, what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would do things like what Logan Paul and all these other guys do. I am a human being that's capable of making an incredible amount of money. Trust me. I'm not trying to be braggadocious or anything to you guys. I'm not doing this for the numbers. And even most of the folks that are in the chat, I don't want to put those people down either, because those are people who get what we're doing here and understand it. And I think sometimes there's people that come in and they don't get it, but don't let that get to you, man. You're here. You're here to be engaged in the conversation. And if you're mad and you have a point, that point can always be made. I think obviously we did divert off of that and go in a direction. I personally did it because I felt like, okay, we can just keep fighting about this, and maybe never come to a conclusion with it. And we've said a lot for people to get it, but maybe what needed to happen was that you got mad and then people realized, like, oh, this really is a touchstone subject or something that's sensitive to people, and they can get it. So
yeah, you might not realize that it is to a lot of people until someone tells you it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Sam, I don't know if we're holding you up, man. I know you had like a crazy day. I don't know if there's some things you wanted to interject here. I think you're muted.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, sorry about that, man.
That's okay.
Oh, you're fine, man. You're fine. I was just telling Lola that I probably have to jump off in a few minutes because my wife is kind of hungry and she's waiting for me.
Yeah,
no sexual innuendos there.
Yeah, she's hungry and she's waiting for you.
No sexual innuendos there.
Yeah. Did you have anything? That you wanted to add to this, man? Though before I'm gonna wrap it up because we're over the time.
I was just gonna say that. Look, it's always good to let a brother vent. Okay, and Kevin is he's a brother to everybody here. I think, at least in this panel. Mm-hmm. And I get him, man. I get his point of view. It's always good to put your shoes in other people's, yourself in other people's shoes and try and.
And Kevin's out on the street, as like you said, he's out there,
right.
And I'm not out there like that in that respect. So I mean, that's a different angle or different point of view a different perspective, I should say. So
exactly. So what's his perspective is different, and what's in his mind is in his mind. We can't see it like he sees it, but that's why he's here. He's here to tell us what it's like, right?
Yeah, and it's 100% valid. There's people out there that Kevin represents, and I realize that.
Right.
And I think people will take it for granted because I'm a black dude that, what are you talking about? You represent. No, I mean, the thing about me is that I came from lots of different parts of the world, and that does skew the way that I look at things. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing.
Hank, can you back up, Hank, for a second? You're black. Yeah. I never noticed.
Yeah.
I never noticed.
I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Babyface, you've been we're gonna wrap this up going from Babyface sliding back down.
I'll take my last words here. Kevin, I'm just really happy that your wife this Christmas didn't give you a P320. Because if she would have, you may have shot one of your family members back there.
You are such a... I can't believe... I'm sitting here thinking that Patrick is coming up with something
deep.
Whatever.
Something deep, right? Yeah.
That was good, Pat.
I stole that from Crispy. I wish I could take credit.
Oh. Okay, good one, Crispy. All right. So did you have anything else that you wanted to say there?
No. I Kevin, if I ever say anything that sets you off, just lay into me during the. Don't let it stew. Just lay into me. I want to hear what you have to say.
I want to add one thing, Kevin. I love going places I've never been, like seeing places I've never been, and it bothers me that I can't go to some of these places because of all the monkey business going on in the world, and not going to be able to see some of the things I want to see because of all this stuff. I can't. Of course, some places like glow in the dark. So, I mean, and it's not just that, but what I'm saying is because of all the political stuff going on and all on the
I think I agree with that. And you know what?
Like I said, I'd love to go to Africa. There's lots of really cool things to see in the countries, all the countries, because Africa's not one place; it's multiple places all put together. But I can't go there in a lot of places because it's just not safe at the moment.
And there's beautiful people. You know what the thing is? And I was
when you see people and you see what do you call it? The guys from that went with the car guys went over there in Africa. They drove through Africa. They met all kinds of friendly people. Yeah, you see all these friendly people, but in the background there's not friendly people at certain places. So it bothers me that I can't go these places. So.
And this is like a quick thing. I'm going to say this really quickly because we are wrapping up. But to the point that Kevin was making before, here's what I think. The rest of the world has to fight for itself because ultimately everyone can't come and live in America. And we can't go fight for everybody else either. Yes, the 6 billion plus people on the rest of the planet cannot all live in America. The rest of the world has to fight for itself, and that's going to entail losses. That's going to be incredibly ugly, just like it can happen here in this country. Right. That's what I think all of us don't want to happen. But if you want to be like America and you're in Africa, you're in the Caribbean, you're in Haiti, ultimately even Haiti can be solved by the people when they get mad enough and when they realize that they can do something about it. If there's something to do. If they don't think there's something to do, then maybe we should stop playing the game where it's like that, we're pretending that there's something to do. But if there is something to do in Haiti, if there is something to do in different countries in Africa, on the continent of Africa or anywhere else in the world, someone's ultimately has to do it and make the sacrifices, just like the founding fathers and millions of other people here in America have done, so that this can be what it is, even if it's not perfect.
Right, and even if like in neighborhoods in this country where it's bad, the people have to finally decide we're going to fix it, because until people decide, it's never going to get fixed. I mean,
that is very true. I totally agree with that. Yeah, I would like to say one thing real quick since we're talking about people in the chat. I normally don't give people in the chat, but let me say this one thing real quick. Merc. What's your name? Merc something. Let's clarify. I don't know where the comment went because it was a little minute ago, but other people were talking. I want to be rude. But yeah, Merc Malat Mani. I think he's in here a lot. Lifestyles of Locked and Loaded. Thanks for explaining how you upload everything, and I hope Katie will be a man and apologize to the panel. Don't you ever question my man. Don't you ever? So let me call that out individually.
Yeah.
Don't you ever question me. I am a father and a husband. I raise a great American family, and I'm allowed to voice how I feel. I will speak how I feel, and I have told these brothers on this. I love every single guy up here. Every last one of us is doing what we can do to keep freedom alive, and we all have our own unique, special, different ways of doing it. That's it. So don't you dare question my manhood because I was speaking up. Last time I checked, that is a quality of a man. I will speak my mind and how I feel. I did it with respect. I didn't curse anybody out. We still gave pleasantries. We explained to each other. We had the kind of conversation men had.
We just proved our manhood right here.
Right. Yeah. So don't come to me about being a man. You probably aren't half the man I am. I don't see you out here doing everything that everybody else is doing for the 2A. Keep typing on your keyboard and maybe doing something locally in your community. But like Hank said, lives are on the live here. People look up our addresses. People come to where we're at. We're public. Okay. So don't you question my manhood because I'm out here doing way more than most. Not as much as some, but way more than most for this thing of freedom. And a manhood, I teach men how to be men. Come take a class.
Amen. I don't need to say anything.
And on that
note,
Kevin, that's his next time he's on the show. Kevin, I teach men how to be men.
We're not. Okay.
Whew, that was good.
I have a bone to pick. I have a bone to pick with Kevin, though.
You don't question man's manhood, and you don't question his integrity.
Okay.
Especially when you be different if you were a troll popping in and out, but I think that dude's in here all the time. So let's set the platform going forward. And if that hurts your feelings, if you are following me, if you're on anything that I do, hit the buttons and take it off.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in here in the last couple of days, but yeah, he's always welcome to clarify that. But I think Kevin said it well. What was the bone that you had to pick, Sam?
Oh, I've got a bone to pick with Kevin now because I was gonna do an epic Gorn today. I mean epic. Like I had a 6-gun Gorn today.
Oh, sure.
6 guns, right?
Sam, you can take my outro, Sam, and go ahead and do the Gorn.
And he came along and he was like, "Here I am to wreck Sam's day." He just killed the whole fucking thing. Right?
All right, here.
You better have had something. You better not be faking the funk like I do all the time.
I am not, man, dude. I have 6 guns sitting right here. Okay, this is what I did, right? And I know I'm probably gonna get a call from my divorce lawyer for this, but okay, I went out and I went fucking crazy. Excuse my French, and I bought 6 guns.
At one time?
That's it.
In one day?
At one time.
That is okay.
Well, we'll stay.
Like,
No. We'll stay. You show the guns. You show the guns. We'll stay right here. Show it. Go ahead. Show it.
Nah, it's getting late, man. I'll show you one. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'll show you one, and then I'll show you the rest.
Ooh, that's a Beretta case I just saw go by.
It is a Beretta, baby, and I bought 2 of them.
Woo! I love my Berettas.
Two different ones. Well, I bought one, and one I bought and then
bags. I hear bags crumbling.
Dude, I only got them today. I'm telling you, I got like
this
6
is
guns
great
at one time.
The day when I could go buy 6 guns without Lola cursing me out would be awesome.
So this is the new, just released Wilson Combat.
Oh dear.
No.
Oh dear.
Centurion.
Oh, those are beautiful Berettas.
You got some beautiful Berettas there.
Don't you already have one of these?
No, this is the Centurion they just released, which is slightly shorter slide, but same length.
Oh, here we go. Short slide, long handle.
And look at that serial number.
404 0404.
Yeah, so this is one of the things I got.
That's a sweet gun.
It is nice.
And I'll show you its big brother.
Now you guys know where I got that Rolls Royce Wraith from. No, I'm sure he probably has one though. He probably has one in his garage in London or something
I'll show you. London. I'll show you his big brother. This is the Wilson Combat Inox.
He went and bought 2 Wilson Combats in one day.
I did.
That is some
holy
shit.
Wow.
So Hank, don't you ever call me a baller now.
Hey, it's a Brigadier.
That is dope.
Wow.
It's a Brigadier, yeah. I'm so excited about these guys.
You have a decocker on that too?
Yeah, that's a Type G only, so it's
that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Type G
only the way that gun should be.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, listen.
So Kevin, you killed my Gorn today.
No, I'm sorry. Now everybody has a legitimate reason to be mad at me.
No, it's all right.
Kevin, here you go. The last little bit. Smile. It's an HK.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There you go. There we go. Smile.
I actually don't even have an HK on me tonight.
Oh. No. Okay.
Someone else other than Kevin has an HK.
So Gorn to be continued, Kevin. To be continued.
Absolutely. Yeah, please.
I apologize for messing up the 2 Wilson Combats in one day, and you got 4 other guns. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that would have been an awesome little snippet right there. Would have been running through it. But Sam, you're welcome to come back on. And also, by the way, I don't know if this is open to anyone else, so I'm just going to invite everyone else. But Sam is doing on Forge from Freedom. Sam, you're doing hangouts and stuff like that as well, right?
Right, yeah. We're gonna have some cool people coming on, like Eric is coming on from Iraq Veteran.
Okay, cool.
88. and a couple of more people I'm just going to be confirming pretty soon. So yeah, check out our YouTube. Not a lot of videos there, but definitely going to put on a lot more there.
Okay, awesome. All right, anyone else has anything to say? I think we should
I'm tired, baby. I'm tired.
Let's wind this down. People need to eat. I want to thank all the folks who are still hanging in here with us. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification. This is where we're going to be doing it until we get all this stuff sorted out, which I'll probably be doing over the weekend. Definitely want to thank Babyface right there for coming in. Sam from Fortune Freedom, of course, Kevin Dixie.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. Walter Keller. I also want to thank everyone that supports us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Hank Strange is where you can go to help us out and support us. Thanks to everyone that also sponsors this, like Safety Harbor Firearms, Walter, and the rest of the family who are probably watching all of this right now. I'm sure Peggy, I haven't seen her come in. So there you go. We appreciate you guys. We really do, because I personally know that you guys make a huge sacrifice for us to be able to do this whole
thing. What would I send a Red Skull to? Come on.
No, listen, I appreciate it, man. There it goes again. There goes the Red Skull and all its awesomeness.
I was thinking about you. I'm always thinking about you.
Yeah, you are actually always thinking about me.
I want to come back real quick.
Sure.
Hey, two guys. Hey, Walter.
Yes, sir.
I still want the 50. And
what the hell?
You know what? Just like I said, just a little bit of patience.
I know. I got cuteness.
I'm getting my Barnauls situation squared away, and once I get my Barnauls situation squared away, I'm gonna make sure you get the biggest barrel I can find.
And Sam, I still need you to make my shirts because I don't have anybody else to do.
Oh, I got you now. I bet you do. I bet I gave you all kind of creative juice. But no, in my closing room. I don't know. Was it even my?
Yeah, go ahead, man. You can close it off, and then I'll end it, and I'll say goodnight to. You know how I end the show, so go ahead and do it.
Oh, okay. I would like to say, especially for me, look, I saw one comment, and so here's a point about being honest. So, guys, when I was making a comment about you, as far as people in chat, making a comment about you typing, I wasn't saying it to be insulting. That is still your small part of what you're doing is engaging, right? But when someone has the nerve to insult somebody because of their efforts, they deserve to get a little backlash. So that wasn't personal to the people in chat. Love you all, need you all, and but that individual had to be addressed. Moving on, Babyface, you said you don't have much coming up. Nothing, any big,
nothing going on. Playing with my Python all weekend.
On the Pythons, are we gonna have videos?
We can make a video.
Yeah, videos. All right, Sam, besides still having 4 guns out there you need to show us, anything else you want to add besides the great lineup for the guests on the show?
Oh, man, no, I just want to say to everybody, thank you for having us, having me on again. Kevin, thank you so much for ruining my shit. I'm not going to let him live it down, man. I'm going to keep saying that shit. No, thank you. No, thank you, everybody. I mean, all your input is great. And, it's always a pleasure to be here. I love coming on this chat, and I don't care how many people are watching.
Yeah, my back hurts says a shirt with NOC throwing guns. It says none of this shit matters. Hashtag none of this shit matters.
You can't put that out by yourself.
No, what we need to make a cartoon character of him, and he's throwing dildos, and he's going. You want my manhood? Here you go. Have some manhood.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't think Kevin's gonna go for that one.
I won't wear it. Somebody else wants to wear my logo with dildos on.
Oh, okay, yeah, you gotta put the big one.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Sam. Well, what you got coming up, man?
Oh man, I this weekend I think I'm not doing anything that I know of, so that's kind of nice actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just waiting to go to SHOT Show, which is coming up real quick, and we're making new stuff in the shop, and just doing that stuff. So,
all right, cool. Hank, what you got coming up?
Nothing but love, man. I love everyone out there in the world. I believe in peace. Ultimately, even though I'm a gun guy, I believe in peace. I want a better world. That's what I want to see coming up.
All right, and I have nothing special coming up. It's all about writing course syllabuses and getting geared up to hang out with wonderful people at SHOT Show and keep on pushing for the mission of freedom, and getting out there and dealing with like-minded folks and having a good time and having great, engaging, relationship building, brotherhood type conversations with everybody. We help everybody out in the chats, and you guys make sure that we are addressing people in the chats. Make sure that everybody in the chat tune back in Monday. Do we know who's the guest on Monday? We know
who's coming on Monday, Lola?
So Monday is the usual 3 suspects.
Oh yeah, we're having Free for All Monday.
And Kentucky Firearms.
I'll probably be there.
Yeah, and Kentucky Firearms Network is on Tuesday or something? On Monday. Okay, I'm not sure what's on Tuesday. Wednesday is our last day. Then we're going to suspend to go off the SHOT Show.
Yeah, it'll be a good week next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Tuesday's March.
Oh, Tuesday is March Touré. So
oh, really?
That might get, if you think this was spicy.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss that one. That would have been
Tuesday
fun.
might get batshit crazy. So you want to make sure you tune in for that one. All right, go ahead and hit us with the deuces.
All right, so everybody out there, peace and love, and peace out. See you guys.